people. It is Thursday, the 16th of January. Welcome to TDA, the day after, your favorite news platform and the home of popular culture as defined by the culture. And as always, we are brought to you by the best in the business. Introduce yourself, guys.
They call me E-Man, the pro-black activist, TDA producer and news analyst, melanin jam-packed.
And it's your boy, 6 Foot Plus of Pure Temptation, Big Marks from the east side of the bridge. Good morning, people.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, chat. Let's see who is here. Morning, Davina, Christy, T, Amy Snow Globe, 9 Ether, who says, good day to you all, Brent, Lord. Mr. Jammer made a flat earth vid yesterday and said sorry for his behavior on Godfrey's podcast. Said he was blindsided. I don't like you calling me Lord. I'm not Lord. You could just say Brent. Thank you.
Did he call you Lord, Brent?
He did.
Is there full stop after Lord?
He did. No full stops here at all. Grand Rising. Who's that? Is that the Devil's Pitchfork? Eclipse Apple. He might be a troll. Abimi, Bex, Cameron, Austin, Chijoke, Dr. Amani, Isaiah Regis, Izzy Bambino, and Soph, Sweet Soul Vibes. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. How y'all doing today?
Us?
Yes.
Oh yeah, no, we're good.
Yeah.
No, I think we are. I am good. I'm all right.
Yeah, same. Can't complain.
Ready for the world. Getting ready for Africa 25.
Jeez.
What does that mean? Give us some context. And it's a trident. It's not a pitchfork.
Same kind of thing.
Do you get flashbacks when I say the word trident?
No. Was that from Poseidon?
Yeah, that's why.
I never met him.
Okay. fair. Under the sea.
Sebastian and them, man.
Africa 2025. What's happening in Africa 2025? What's that?
Africa 25.
What is that?
It's a tour. It's my tour, isn't it?
What? You are touring the motherland?
Yeah.
You got all your jabs?
What?
You don't need them, man.
No, I ain't got no jabs.
That's right.
Are you gonna brave everything?
What's that there? Ain't malaria and all that done?
Everything's out there.
Yellow fever.
You survived COVID, man. You'll be fine.
No, I ain't got no jabs. Do I need jabs?
You need jabs.
Do you think?
Yes, I know.
Okay, I'll go get some jabs. Which ones though?
Ask Emmanuel.
I just say you don't need no.
This is not true, Emmanuel.
To be fair, if you want to get some. Yellow fever, malaria. What's that one? Typhoid,
Come on.
tetanus. There's quite a few.
What?
You have to collect them, man.
We only need them once.
Gotta
or
get
twice
them
in
all.
life. It's all right, man.
So what do I do? Tell my doctor that I'm going there?
Yeah. And then they'll, pretty much. Do you have that yellow book
What yellow book?
that with all your vaccinations?
Sorry, what?
You know what? This actually might be a good conversation. Obviously yesterday we were talking about difference between Africa and the Caribbean and certain things. Yeah. I guess just kind of how you see home and stuff. Did you guys? Well, obviously Mark was basically telling us he hasn't. What about you, Brent? Did you have your yellow vaccination book?
Yes.
You did for real. So what? Do you guys need vaccinations going back home?
I don't have any book.
That's what I'm saying. Like us, yeah. Obviously, we have.
Wait. Let me correct that. I don't know if I have a book. My mother used to keep all of those documents.
Yeah.
Mine came here when I was 6. When I went back, I ain't getting no jab.
Yeah, this is it. See, obviously back home, you got different things in it. So yellow fever was there, malaria was, of course, quite a few. There's different ones, man. But some of them you only need once or twice in your life.
Yeah, I definitely ain't got no book. I don't think I've had that many vaccines. To be totally honest with you.
Because sometimes you got to carry it with your passport. Not strictly, but if you're passing through certain countries, for example, when I was passing from Ghana to Nigeria, because I was going via road, innit? When I was going through, I think it was Benin or Togo, one of them, they asked to see proof that I've actually got certain vaccinations. You know what I'm saying? So,
Well, and if you don't, they don't let you in.
yeah.
But
Unless
that's
you
your
pay.
own choice, though.
Unless you pay.
It ain't it your own choice, though.
Potentially, but what if you've got something and then maybe you're giving it to some people in their land?
Oh, okay, I'm with you.
Yeah, so.
No, I ain't never seen no yellow book
Mm.
in my life.
It's interesting, man.
So I need vaccination.
Yeah. Just to be on the safe side, to be fair.
You have to pay for that?
Ooh, via the NHS, I don't think so.
If you got to pay for
I
them,
could be wrong though. I can't remember.
if you got to pay for them, I probably won't get them.
I remember hearing Marv talk about it on Free Shots like probably years ago, where he was like, "Oh, he don't get no malaria jabs in it," because I think one time he said he got the jabs, went over there, still got malaria. You know what I'm saying? So now he just does some other thing. So some people just don't do it. You know what I'm saying? But you're meant to.
So you are touring Africa and you're starting this year. What are you starting with?
Gambia.
All right, then. Any particular reason why you're starting with Gambia?
That's just where my heart chose.
Aye and aye.
And then I need to go. Where am I trying to go? I don't know how many countries I'm going to do this year. Maybe 4. Like, I need to do safari or something like this. Where is that? Kenya or Tanzania or something?
There is a safari in Kenya. And Uganda. Is it Uganda?
I was supposed to go Uganda as well, actually.
It's Uganda.
I was talking to Rashid about it. They got some stuff going on over there. I know it was over there It was over there last year.
Kenya.
Is it Kenya?
Kenya. Yeah.
I was supposed to go Uganda. I need to talk to Rashid about that. Not 100%, but I might do that as well.
We got a guest coming next week. He called up yesterday. TJ, big up TJ. He's based in Uganda now. So he's here in the UK, but he's going to be going back to Uganda.
Okay.
So he's the guy that you can talk to as well.
All right, I'm supposed to do that. Probably go Ghana. I like Ghana. Fun fact, people with sickle cell trait do not need malaria vaccinations. Oh, don't need it then.
No, that's not true.
She said it was a fun fact. She never said it was a real fact.
I don't know if that extends to people with trait. If you've got sickle cell, then yeah, definitely not. But I'm not too sure about the trait thing. So I could be wrong, to be fair. But I've never heard that before.
Cape Verde's boring, man. And a lot of people from Cape Verde, they're not there. They, what's the word? Migrate.
Oh, yeah.
They're in different places. If you want to see Cape Verdean things, go Rotterdam. What are you laughing for?
He had a
This
song
is a big
once
fact.
where he had
Serious?
some
Yes.
bars.
Yes, they're there.
Oh, man.
Their descendants are there.
Wow.
Correct me if my memory doesn't serve me, Manuel, but didn't you meet a girl from Cape Verde?
I don't know what the hell's going on there. I don't even understand. I don't understand.
I don't even get the line of questioning.
At all.
Do you think I'm like DJ Academics?
What? You taught the guy. You taught academics. No, I'm joking. Yeah, of course, many moons ago, man.
And when it is, we had a conversation about when it is friends get angry with each other and the real truth comes out. Remember, Max? Remember?
When you said what? Sorry, but the real truth comes out when?
When you have like confrontation with a friend,
Ah,
the real truth comes out.
yeah.
My mom, when I asked Emmanuel if AC would ever do it to me, he said no.
Yeah.
Look.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
There is a song that you made.
Oh, my goodness.
Why are you singing organ as well?
No, it's just obviously brought back the thought of me making songs in it.
Is it disgusting?
Of course not. Why?
Do you feel icky?
No, at all, Brent. Come on.
And there was a
Basically, all it is me
there
just
was a
chatting about
verse
this person.
in there. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I said, remember that song?
Yeah, I remember, man. I remember.
You have to make it out to be something more than it isn't, man.
No, you're the one definitely doing that. But anyway. Okay, go ahead and that.
I'm going South Africa as well.
Sick.
Is this all in one go?
No?
You're coming back and doing it again?
Yeah.
You've got a lot of stuff to do next year.
Yeah.
Are you just going to be just gallivanting around Africa?
Yeah.
What for?
Because
That's not responsible.
I don't need to be responsible. I gotta do what I want.
No, you definitely need to be responsible.
I gotta-
You can do this in one go.
I gotta do what makes me
Take
happy
a month
in this
off.
life.
Take a month off, and then.
Do I look like the type of person that's got a month off? No, I don't have the time to take a month
I don't
off.
understand what you're saying,
I don't have the time to take a month off.
but you have time to.
I could take a week out every single month if I look at my calendar and do it properly.
Don't you think that's more than just a month off? If you tally it up.
No, but I mean like a whole month. I am gonna always make time for me.
I'm not your mother, so this line of question is not because I'm telling you can't do something.
What I'm
You
trying to
can
say
do whatever
is-
you want to do.
The way my months are structured, I should be able to find a week in all of them where I could do as the hell I please.
You have money.
Huh?
You have money,
I mean, I work hard. Why wouldn't I have money?
my friend. Can you borrow me some money?
No.
Man, I want to go to Africa.
And plus, life is for living, you know, like trips and holidays and stuff. They're not as expensive as people make out.
That's
when you
true.
kind of realize the kind of money that we spend on bullshit, you get me, on frivolous things and people's vices and whatnot. Like some of that money you can take, you can actually go away with, like, and you don't have to do lavish lifestyle stuff. You can stay within your means. You don't have to spend a lot of money to like go away and stuff like that. It's not as expensive as people make out. You can make it like that if you want.
I don't think that's true.
Oh, okay.
Only because I am aware of how much it costs to even go to West Africa. I hear y'all telling, not y'all, but some people telling me all the time, it's a lot of money.
Like
Right?
how much?
Um,
Do you remember? It depends on the time of the year, you know.
Yeah, it depends when you go.
yes, but it's more than like £600, right?
Depending on the time of the year, yeah.
Well, £600 a lot of money.
Yeah, but you're going to travel to a lot of African countries.
Yeah, but at different times. So I
I'm
let my
aware.
money. I let my money.
I'm quickly aware.
I let my money build up.
This
right?
is I could care less.
Okay,
You
go on.
look after yourself. What you said something and it piqued a question in my head. During last year, can you remember anything wasteful that you spent money on? Anything pop into your head?
Well, last year I was still smoking weed, so
But you get that for free because you're mugs.
that's not true.
You have to pay for weed.
Of course,
Oh man.
I was spending money on weed, on alcohol, in nightclubs, restaurants.
No, that's not wasting money. Question.
I mean, okay,
Question. How much money do you think you spent on weed last year? Roughly.
a few grand or something.
Okay. And alcohol.
Oh, fuck knows. The alcohol bills come in big when we go out. Even when we split them.
Bloody hell.
I don't know. Fuck knows. Bare money.
Fair. I mean,
And that's what I say. So all that nonsense, you can cut all that nonsense out, and you can go on holidays. You can find things. There's cheap flights. The package holidays are cheaper.
yeah.
Like it's not necessarily. I don't think like it's exuberant amounts of money to get away.
Yeah. And obviously, this might stop you from doing anything in life, right? But you're going to different countries, right? And you're going to be meeting different people, and you're going to be carrying your attitude there too, right? Don't you ever fear that you may never come back?
No,
Hmm.
never crossed my mind.
And what you think about that when it is that you're taking yourself to these places? Be in your best behavior, please.
Yeah, always, always. I want to travel more than I traveled last year. How many times did I go away last year? About 5, 6?
That's quite a lot, man.
Is it?
Yeah, you traveled the most.
Did I?
I think so.
No, but you were gone for like 2 months at a time.
That's not true.
Where did I go last year? I went Jamaica. I went Canada, Spain, France,
Dominica.
Dominican, and Italy, Malta. Yeah, 6 times I went away.
Wow.
And if I could do more this year, I'm gonna do more by hook or by crook. But I started off slow because last year I went Jamaica in January, and this year I ain't got nowhere yet. But I'll do back to back. I go Mexico in March, and then I go Gambia in April.
How many times you been in Mexico now?
That's gonna be my 3rd time. Okay. I like Mexico, man. Mexico's cool. But all them countries on that side of the world, I'd always go back.
Yeah.
Like Mexico, Jamaica, DR, and that. Like, there's no limit on the amount of times I'll go there. You get me?
I always hear good things about Mexico.
Yeah, Mexico's cold. Nice beaches. I like the food. Weather's dope. You get me? Good activities and excursions and shit. So yeah, I fuck with Mexico. But I'm gonna search for South Africa. When's a good time to go to South Africa?
I don't know, you know. I don't know.
All Ghana and all that. You probably do what everybody else doesn't go in December, no?
No. I go basically anytime except December.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't want to see people here over there.
Ah, yeah. See, that makes sense. And it's hot all year round.
Pretty much, yeah. But there's cooler parts though. There's cooler times like where it's about 25 degrees sort of stuff. I'm trying to remember when that is though. I can't remember. But yeah, it goes down to about 25, 20 sometimes, yeah. Certain periods, certain seasons. But yeah, but pretty much it's always good weather, man.
Yeah, I'm doing it, man. I'm in my traveling bag this year.
See, a couple people in the chat basically said you need that yellow book. Certain countries you can't get in without a yellow fever jab.
Oh, once I get the yellow fever jab, I'll get the book.
Yeah. So they'll basically just write in there, stamp it, and then that's your proof in it. So you just carry it with your passport.
Okay.
Yeah. But they're also saying that you have to pay for it. So yeah, it's been a long time since I did it. So
Well, you only have to do it one time in your life.
some of them you basically need like a top up 6 months later to complete the whole thing. Then you're done for life. Some of them I believe is just one time and done. So yeah, it varies. But there's certain ones you definitely need: yellow fever, malaria, typhoid. I can't remember the rest.
I'm gonna look into it.
Yeah.
Well, our resident nutritionist is leaving a voice note.
Okay.
She can't navigate Discord because apparently we're telling Margs a whole set of nonsense about travel vaccines.
Okay.
Wait. I'm waiting to see what it is that she says. But I'll play the voice note once it is that she finishes recording it.
It'll be interesting.
It will be. I hope it is that she doesn't say you don't need any of them.
Well, that's what I'm betting on.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right then. Right then.
Whether you need it or not, like whether your body needs it or not.
Yeah, I wish she said this kind of stuff when she was on. Hey, so I can clip it up and put it on TikTok.
Yes.
So you wasted a lot of money last year and you're not going to be doing it this year. You're going to be spending on travel instead, yeah?
That's the plan.
Good. Are you going to be thinking about that? Each time it is you're about to waste money on stupidness, this could go towards Ghana.
Just travel.
All right,
I'll
then.
make a little pot and just put it in there. Every time I'm going to do something stupid. Nope.
Yeah. Would you try wet foods when you go there?
Not particularly.
You're not really going to be living then.
Huh?
You're not really going to be experiencing what the locals experience when you go there. You're going to
Some of it.
limit yourself.
Yes.
Fair. Fair. Baby steps.
Baby steps.
Baby steps.
I'm not a wet food
Bandits, yeah.
bandit. Yeah, I'm not. That's not really my story. So a lot of the dry food, yeah, the meats and thing. Worst come to worst, everywhere sells chips, innit?
All right, she's playing.
Okay, so for travel vaccination to Africa, most countries will require you to
I should probably
ignore that one.
choose
Okay,
this speed.
Yeah, please. I can't.
so for travel vaccination to Africa, most countries will require you to have a yellow fever vaccine. That's the only thing that's mandatory. Now, you can check online for each country you're going to be sure, but the mandatory thing is the yellow card, is the yellow fever vaccine, and that's what the yellow card is for, yellow fever. They may also write other jabs in there if you decide to get that, like a typhoid jab, which there are two categories: mandatory ones and then advisable ones. So I know when I was younger, for example, going to Ghana or whatever, I think I got typhoid and stuff. Now I just go and pick up my bag. Malaria, you cannot get a jab for. You can get tablets for. If you get the tablets, if you choose to get the tablets, then go for malaria. The most expensive one, go for that one. It's less likely to get sick. Lariam, if you look up the effects, it's been linked with like psychological effects. It's a daily one, it can make you throw up. And there's another one as well that's like, I think it's doxycycline, that can also make you sensitive to light, and you're going to be in Africa, so that just seems counterintuitive. So if you are going to take it, take the Malarone. You do have to start taking a bit before you travel and then a bit afterwards. I say if because not everyone decides to. Everyone takes anti-malarials within these countries anyway, because they're so used to malaria, like whenever they feel like it. I'm not advising you to do that. I'm just letting you know. And it is true, actually, that if you have the sickle cell trait, you do have more protection against malaria. I'm not saying that you use that as your protection, as in like formal medical advice, but yeah, you do have more protection, and there are some doctors that tell you not to get the jab. So, I mean, take the tablets. Look at me.
Okay.
And also, Caribbean countries don't require you to have any jabs to get into the country. That's why you guys don't even think about having a book.
There you go.
Thank you very much,
I don't need malaria
our
tablets then.
resident nutritionist.
Sounds like complete facts. I heard there, Brent. So you have to big her up.
Who wants to what?
We have to big her up.
All right. All
Because
the time.
we were doubting her. You know what I'm saying?
You were doubting her.
Sounds patronising, to be fair.
No, for real. Good. With the malaria tablet thing, yeah, when she said it, it reminded me of the fact that it's not actually an injection, it's tablets. And like she said, you got to take it, obviously, weeks or whatever it may be, 1 week or 2 weeks before. But again, it's been such a long time for me that I don't remember, that's why. But yeah, definitely need the yellow book, though.
Go get yellow fever.
100%.
But even for Gambia.
I believe so, yeah.
Who's got yellow fever? Is there like a nursery rhyme? Like, who's got yellow fever?
It's jungle
making it up?
fever.
Is that how it goes?
He's got jungle fever.
Wow.
She's got jungle fever.
That is right. That is right. What a remix.
Diabolical.
Crazy. You know, my brain
Don't work.
like whenever I get data, right, straight away, there's so much scatter in my head. And I have to basically hone in on something to focus on it. And that's why I scream for specificity, because I can't process all that stuff at once. I really can't. I can't ignore it either. So, boy, anyone that dates me, man, God damn it, give me some time. Are you going to, right, you're not going to participate in wet banditry, right? Are you going to swim with the fishes?
I do that. I do that in different countries.
Come on.
I go and
Come
swim.
on.
I want to go and
Strap
see.
up, bro. What?
What?
Wait. Marine life?
Well, what did you mean?
Marine life.
Oh, shit.
Anybody asking when S is gonna come back? If it is, that we wait, you're not gonna have anything until February. Do you understand?
Big up Esther. Esther's loving life right now.
Yeah, man. We miss you, Esther, man.
She don't watch this. I hope she comes back so refreshed, man. So
100%.
refreshed. I want to hear all the stories though, because when you came back, you didn't tell us any stories.
Get me?
Yeah, man.
Come back from where?
Any place you traveled,
Yeah, I gave you a breakdown when I went to Saviour's Day, man.
but you've been other places, man.
Yeah, but some of the other places are just like normal holidays sort of stuff, innit? Not really anything thingy.
What else is there to do apart from go on holiday? To just like break up this mundane existence.
And is that what you're doing? Why are you doing it?
I just like to have fun. I think if I think back, especially like in the last 12 months, the majority of the fun I had, obviously I had a lot of fun over here, like working and stuff and doing my events and that, but I still like work, you get me? The majority, like the real fun, the times when I'm just relaxing and stuff was on holiday.
Yeah, these solo adventures
I haven't got, you know what, I want to do a solo step.
in 2025. I mean,
I might do one still because I can't keep relying on people. But obviously,
let me change the way I ask this question. The Africa tour,
yeah,
is it going to be solo?
not all of them, but some of them might be.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, some of them might be. I say this all the time. and I want to do a solo step. I've tried where I've just gone out on a limb and just booked my shit, but people always be like, I'm coming. You get what I'm saying?
Just don't tell him it. Just a bit.
So just don't tell them, just go.
Just disappear.
And I ask people all the time where would be the best place to go for a solo step. I always get like just varying things. I don't really know what to do. But that's like bucket list stuff for me, really. I need to like just bite the bullet and say, you know what, fuck it. I'm doing it. I'm going alone. But I just don't know where to go. So maybe somewhere in Africa that could be fun. We'll try that. Would you solo travel?
I think I might do that sometime this year.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been thinking about it, right? And I've been wondering how to also document it.
GoPro.
No.
Okay.
No. Not at all. Not that I
Journal?
don't believe in... What, did we have a conversation about journals the other day? And you said you don't believe in them. Something like that.
I'm just giving you advice.
I don't need you to give me advice.
Okay, sorry.
Does it come across as rude when I say stuff like that?
Mm.
Does it? You know, I say stuff to you because in my mind, you don't take anything to heart.
I don't.
But sometimes I should, double check myself.
Yeah, but just because I don't take it to heart doesn't mean it don't come across as rude.
I shouldn't say it because mixed company as well. So you don't want anybody to think that I could just pop stuff on you and you don't do anything. Yeah, fair. I apologize. So yes, I do believe this year I might do a solo travel. But I do believe also that no, I'm not saying anything.
Okay. Have you solo traveled before?
Yeah, I must have.
When you were younger or something? Well, now you got a family and stuff. Is it harder to do that?
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Just get up and say you're going and say what?
Impossible. Just attached to the hip and that. No, where you going? Okay, I'm coming. Then you say, okay, I'm not going. No, but I did Saviour's Day by myself.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so that was sick.
Quick segue. Marriage life.
Okay.
Partner life. I've heard and seen so much from others that there are so many things that you're drawn into doing, dragged into doing, kicking and screaming. Sometimes your mouth is absolutely shut, but inside you are crumbling.
Suffering in silence.
Yeah. I don't want any of that in my life. At all, like whatsoever. So even if they want to go somewhere, it's because I also want to go at a place.
But obviously, once you're in relationships, especially marriage and that, and kids and all that, the whole thing behind relationships is that compromise, isn't it?
You see? And this is what I said the other day. I'm down for compromise. I don't think I've said anything different.
You just said two different things.
I don't think I've said anything different.
What?
You definitely did.
I don't think I've said anything
Explain to him,
I told you,
please.
I believe that compromise,
Yeah.
right? I'm down for compromise. Not meaning that internally I'll be kicking and screaming. And that's what I mentioned just now. I don't want to feel like I'm kicking and screaming. And I don't want that when I speak, it sounds like I'm kicking and screaming. I only said that because when you were talking just now, it sounded as though you didn't want to do those things.
What thing?
Whatever you just were inferring.
Okay.
Right? And I don't want that to happen. And I don't want it to be a case where I have transferred that inner feeling outwardly.
Well, it's not kicking and screaming because obviously you've made the decision to make the compromise and to go, but you still might not. You're still going to internalize some of their feelings in it. So you're not kicking and screaming because it's a decision that you've made. But because of this due to compromise and stuff, like you don't want to be doing it. So there's going to be some of that feeling inside you, innit?
Give me an example of something that you or Emmanuel wouldn't want to do, and you can't keep it inside. You have to basically manifest it in the way Emmanuel just manifested it.
But I didn't manifest in any sort of way.
Yeah, that's what you're doing it. What, when he said you can't go on a solo trip because you can't, basically.
Sorry, am I making stuff up?
Kind of.
It always happens.
All right, so I apologize.
That always happens.
I apologize. When you spoke, it sounded as though you didn't want to do the things that you had in your head.
Yeah, say it this way. It's more so about you may prefer something else. That's what it is. So, for example, you may want to go on a solo trip. Okay, cool, because you want to explore this particular part of the country. But you can't do it now because you've got kids. So, because maybe climbing up a bloody mountain isn't safe for kids. You know what I'm saying? So you may only go half the way. It's just stuff like that. Okay, cool. Or, it's not necessarily that you're just doing things you don't like to do, you know. It's just you may prefer to do it a different way, but you just can't because you have to accommodate everybody. Or at least consider everybody. That's all.
Say like when these people, when you do things for your kids, and say like you wanted to do like a family trip and you got different ideas of what your vacation looks like, but then you come to the conclusion that, oh, we're going Disneyland. You know what I'm saying? And obviously even that, I know it's pretty pricey and these things as well. So you're going to do it for the family, for the kids and whatnot. And you might even have fun while you're there. But if in an ideal world, that wouldn't be where you were going, innit? You're just doing that for the youths. So there might be times when you're walking around that resort, the park and thing, and it's just... But it's, you know what? Put smiles on their faces, give and take. But you might not be overly happy about doing it though. So you might be there sometimes and not be there.
I understand the concept of what you're saying. I don't know if that's what I'm talking about.
Okay, so what is it?
I understand that. I don't know if I should continue talking about this. I don't think it's even remotely interesting for people to even hear what I was actually talking about.
Okay.
It's not really interesting. Forget it.
Are you interested in it?
In having a family?
No, in the question or the line of question.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the problem.
All right. So, in my mind, I am voyeuring y'all in relationships. I'm seeing what it looks like, right? You married, you in and out, right? So, when you say things or you share stories about you as a married man, I'm thinking that could be me. But I don't want it to be me if it's
A particular way.
such and such. Huh?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
I don't want that to be something that I walk into, like I can see it and I say, I don't like that. And I walk into it. I don't know.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm guessing there's some instances and examples of people that are just literally just aligned and have exactly the same interests and stuff like that. But I think that ain't that the majority of relationships and marriages and stuff where there's gonna be a point where someone's like,
exactly,
gotta go and thing now. That's the rub, innit? Ain't that part of the deal?
It's just not like you're making it more complicated than it is.
I'm not making anything complicated. I'm saying I don't want the complication.
Okay, cool. Then you most definitely have to stay by yourself and have no kids.
And this is the point. You're saying it's inevitable
100%.
that miserable Brent is going to be in existence.
Unless miserable Brent has a girl that is miserable female Brent. So miserable Brent that identifies as
in I become miserable when I get in a relationship.
No, but that's what I'm saying to you. Unless you find somebody who's just like you. That's basically what I'm saying.
So here's how I see it might happen, right? Remember, I've already told you all what I think about children. So even when I get in a relationship, even if we have children, I don't want my missus to think that I love them more than her. Right? 100% none of this is necessary for me to even bring up at certain times. But it's very important that she knows that it's me and her going forward, right?
You think it's important that your missus knows that you love her more than the kids?
What did I just say?
That's what you said.
Yeah.
And then I said...
The way your brain works...
I said... Wait. And then I said...
Insane.
Wait. And then I said what?
I don't know, you lost me after
that. You see, sometimes it's not important to basically share that information.
Okay.
Right? Because of what you all just reacted to.
No, but once if you're in that position, I think your missus will take comfort in knowing that
I love the children more than her.
That these kids are the most important thing in your life.
Yes.
What?
Look, I am not.
Go on, Brent.
I don't mind if people misunderstand me, but give me an opportunity to basically help myself, innit?
Go on, Brent.
Or wherever my future girl is. You've heard me also saying that I would want her to have reduced motherly duties. Can you remember me saying I want to have in-house like nanny and this, that, and next to alleviate her from sleepless nights, alleviate me from sleepless nights, all that kind of stuff, right? And for some people, they don't want that because they want complete experience with rearing the child and this, that, and next. Even though it comes with angst, stress levels, depression, this, that, and the next. Do you understand? I choose not to have that. And I'm thinking, any which way we can do things differently in order to achieve better outcomes, because I've seen so many examples of things popping down because we've just followed tradition, I'm going to look to do that, right? Now, one of the things is, and I do believe children being in your life is going to be so fantastic. I spent a large portion of my life looking after young people, right? I've already lived this parental life in a sense, not like they're mine. Do you understand? But I've reasoned with children for a long part of my life. Do you understand? I've clocked them. I know them, right? I'll be a great father, 100%. But they will not look to steal what we have, right? Because they are impressionable and malleable up to a certain age, and then they form their own identity. And then essentially they become their own young adults and they make their own decisions. I don't want that time to reach. And my wife and I, we're miserable. We're disconnected. We're disjointed. Do you understand? We're looking for other options of what happiness looks like. I don't want that. Especially seen as I've seen so many examples of it popping down. Right? Mm-hmm. Now, I'm not saying that my particular outlook in life should be projected to anybody else. I'm saying this is me, right? I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure me and mine are looked after. Now, probably it's I shouldn't have basically said, I'm going to love my wife more than my child. But sometimes you'll ask me questions and I just answer honestly. I do believe if there is, I was going to do it again. I was going to go to the example of the boat, and I don't need to go to the example of the boat. I don't need to. But that's my truth.
Do you think, well, obviously it's hard to say because you don't know in it, but is there room, or do you think you have the scope to change?
Yes.
Like so if you have the kid and then you have that eureka moment and you go,
Yes, but bear in mind, my framing of my wife is a bit different to how y'all see women. Y'all see them as replaceable. Y'all see them as
This is insane. We should have never let this nigga talk.
Am I going too far?
That's crazy.
Am I going too far? Should I stop?
No,
Should I stop?
I mean,
and I'm only saying that based on the conversations that we've had together about women. Do you understand?
All right.
Wait. Let me stop.
No, go on.
No.
Because based on what you're saying,
It's making you all uncomfortable.
Based on what you're saying, kids are replaceable as well.
Mum, I've said that before. I can
This is what
have
I'm saying.
another child.
So that's fine. That's what I'm saying. You can't have another woman. She can't have another man.
Yeah.
You ain't thought of that, Brent? Everyone can be replaced except kids. God damn it.
Except kids.
Yes.
So
If something happens to somebody's kid, God forbid if degree, right? That void is there forever, man. It's there forever.
maybe I'm speaking this way because I don't have children and I've never experienced having a child. Maybe I'm naive in my thoughts because I don't know what it feels like.
Maybe.
But maybe you'd have them and they don't
be the
change.
same, innit? Because I feel as though I don't need to. I've never needed to have kids to feel the same, to feel the way I feel about kids. You know what I'm saying? So everyone's different, though, isn't it?
I said Marx definitely doesn't hold women in high regard. That's not true, man. You are crazy.
Someone said that?
Yeah, Nadia M.
Oh, that's not nice, man.
She don't know that I'm probably the biggest feminist on this show.
For example, if my wife is unable to have children, remember, I'm not going to love her less or feel that she is lesser than. Whereas somebody else, maybe in this room, may.
No, not lesser than.
Where's this coming from? So wait, the
Wait,
people.
wait, please don't feel. I meant Marcus. I didn't mean you. I didn't mean
No,
you.
it's nothing to do with me. I don't care. I'm just talking about.
What?
The
So
fact
if
that, I'm just talking about the fact that, like, when people listen to us, do they think we sound like this?
I don't
that
think
he's
so.
saying? Surely not.
No, but we're different. We're all different.
Yeah,
I know that people don't think that I think like you,
of course.
and people don't think that I think like Marks.
No, but what he's saying is when we're here sitting down and we're talking and stuff, is the opinions of us that you have the same ones that people are forming
You mean
outside?
with me
Yeah.
saying that y'all don't hold women in high regard?
With a lot of the things you're saying.
Yeah, and saying we would think a woman's lesser than. Why, who has ever articulated something like that?
Wait, when did I say that bit?
You said if she couldn't have kids, we'd think she's lesser than or something like
I
that.
said I don't think.
Well, you said that's the opinion. That might be the opinion of people in
I
this
said
room.
might.
All right, cool. All right.
I was talking about Marks in my state.
It doesn't matter. It's nothing to do with me. I don't care. Okay.
Let me stop talking. Let's move on to headlines.
This don't make no sense, but
Sorry.
yo,
sorry.
you can continue, but I'm just
I feel bad. You're saying I can continue, but it doesn't really feel like I should continue.
no. Honestly, I'm only just wondering where this is coming from, though.
I think it's because we're not having a show tomorrow. So I'm giving him enough for the weekend. I don't know.
Big up Lauren in the chat.
What's she saying?
She said, as a woman, Margs has been nothing but respectful in person.
Ah, thanks, Lauren. I like Lauren as well. I'm so much better in person than I am online anyway. If he's not gonna form your opinion on me of just things that you see online, you could be so wrong. You know what I'm trying to say? You have to get to know me, and to know me is to love me. That's it. You agree, Brent?
No, I know you, so I agree because I know that you're not telling a lie there. But that's me. I don't know what else to do with other people. I don't know. Can't vouch for that.
All right. Shall we read some of these comments from the community?
Yes.
Okay, cool. This one says from, I'm guessing that's Riego. It's like Diego with an R. Right?
Yep.
Okay, Riego said, anyone think will ever see E-Man disagree with Margs without Brent prompting him to?
I don't know if I meant to laugh or something.
That's not fair.
How many times on this show have I said, this is tiring, man. Wow.
But you see how you asked me a question just now.
Yeah.
If people see the way
you see it.
I am saying I'm observing, right? And a comment was just read out. And what does that tell you?
That this person hasn't been there from day one.
What is a person intimating?
That they like to listen to your views.
My views?
Yeah, 100%.
What is the person intimating?
That E-Man doesn't disagree with me unless you prompt him to.
So how did you just phrase that, Emmanuel?
What do you mean, how do I phrase it? The way it sounds to me. Because it's not true. How can I not disagree with Margs unless you prompt me to? There's plenty of things that we agree on, 100%. Because we're men, right? In the real sense of the word, right? But there's obviously certain things that we disagree on. What do you mean? Like, because obviously here, they're implying certain things. And I've said this many times in the show. There's been countless things where I've gone up on a hill by myself, made myself very comfortable there, and said, anybody try me. I don't give a damn. By myself. I don't need company up there. I'm prepared to die up there. That's fine. So please listen to the show for more context before you try and paint me in a particular way.
All right. This is from Mel. Is this one word or is it like Mel SLM or is it Melslim?
Either one works.
Okay. Well, Mel says, I find this conversation so interesting, and as a black Brit who grew up with a Grenadian father and a Sierra Leone mother, the diaspora wars have never made sense to me, and none of the so-called stereotypes have ever rang true. But my Caribbean father definitely faced through some challenges when wanting to marry my mother because of his ethnicity. This was in the 80s. I think a lot of Africans back then felt, though the Windrush generation should have held the same sentiments as them about education, sending money back home, moving back home. But what people miss is that some of the Windrush generation, especially my family, actually did send money back home and eventually moved back home. So they were more alike than they knew. Pigs must be flying today, because I agree with what Black Rob said. You don't have to give me some context on that. I don't know. Was that about yesterday's stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Black Rob was right, man.
What did Black Rob say?
Brent, you remember?
You just said Black Rob was right.
Yeah, I remember I remember
never said
agreeing
that
with
in
him
my
in the
life.
moment. Huh?
I've never said that in my life.
You've never said that in your life?
No.
Wow. So you don't believe it to be true?
Focus on you saying that Black Rob said it, and
Yeah, he
the
was right,
question
man.
he asked
I
was,
can't remember exactly
"Dare
what
to
he was
say
saying.
that? Don't put it to me."
Yeah, I can't remember exactly what he was saying, but he was definitely right at the time. But yeah.
Okay. It says we have a clip to play in the intro.
Yes. Brent.
This is about the Breakfast Club discussing the Diddy case.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it was distasteful?
What?
You see,
What?
it still says requested.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Oh, don't worry about it then.
Oh, so we can't play it?
Yeah. But basically, what it was a clip of Charlemagne talking about how there's rumors about how the tapes of Cassie, trigger warning, guys, sorry, the trigger warning, the tapes of Cassie having sex with Diddy also involves her having sex with other people, as in entertainers that you know, right? Number two, also that she's enjoying it,
Yeah.
and it looks and it's purely consensual.
Yeah, I just think them man, they need to be careful with their platforms with the kind of stuff that they're saying. I think that was kind of insensitive, saying like it looked consensual. There's bare things that look consensual. Nah, man, I seen like, I could show you. I've seen like, say like, what can I think of? Let's think. Let's get quick. Say like, what's love got to do with it? I watched that. I've seen Tina. You can show me videos of Tina Turner performing with Homeboy, and during the video, you're telling me it looks like she's enjoying it, and it was consensual and it was her choice. And afterwards, backstage, she's getting mashed up, and beforehand, or getting forced to do these things and stuff like that. So just because something looks consensual, it doesn't mean it is. You get what I'm trying to say? That you don't know the ins and outs of the relationship and how these people end up in these positions. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, and to say like, oh, she was enjoying the sex during the time, whatever. It doesn't matter. Like, there could be context to how we even got here. In the first place, innit? So to say you've seen the videos and other people there, she looks like she's enjoying herself and whatnot, which might even be true, but I just think for people like that to sit there and do that, people with prominent voices and big platforms, I just think it's a bit.
But to be fair to him, he's not saying that's his opinion. He's basically saying this is what he's heard. You know what I'm saying? He's not pushing that narrative. He's basically just saying the people that have seen the video.
It felt like he agreed with it.
But he hasn't seen the video though.
Yeah, but I'm saying even the way he delivered the news, I've only seen a couple of clips, but it felt like that's what he was saying. Even though he's saying this is what he's heard, it felt like to me this is what he's saying. If that makes sense.
Okay.
So I don't know.
Yeah, sad man. Hopefully they don't try and get him off based on how Cassie was in those videos. Especially since these whole Diddy parties is much bigger than just his interaction with Cassie, innit? So. But yeah. Anywho.
Right, that was a fun intro. We're gonna get some headlines.
Let's do it. All right, people. Our first headline, which is probably
I can't see it.
Definitely, anyway, the biggest headline of the year so far, and may be the biggest headline of the year going forward. And this is about Israel and Hamas and how they've agreed to a ceasefire. So long story short, they have agreed to a ceasefire and hostage release deal following 15 months of war. This is what mediators Qatar and the US have said. We're going to be speaking about this in a bit more detail in the topic of the day. But the Qatari Prime Minister Sheikh Mohammed bin Abdul Rahman Al Thani said that the agreement would come into effect on Sunday, so long as it was approved by the Israeli cabinet. U.S. President Joe Biden said it would halt the fighting in Gaza, surge much-needed humanitarian assistance to Palestinian civilians, and reunite the hostages with their families after more than 15 months in captivity. The Israeli Prime Minister's office said earlier that there were several unresolved clauses, but it hoped details could be finalized on Wednesday night. A Hamas official said it had approved the draft from mediators. Palestinians in Gaza and Israeli hostages' families celebrated the news, which will see 33 of the almost 100 hostages held by Hamas exchanged for Palestinian prisoners in Israeli jails over the first 6-week phase of the ceasefire. Like I said, we're going to go into a bit more detail, and I'll tell you a bit more of the information and the condition of the actual deal in the topic of the day. Next headline, the US President-elect Donald Trump will be consulted on the UK's deal to hand over the Chagos Islands, where there is a joint US and UK military base to Mauritius. The UK announced in October that it would cede sovereignty of the archipelago in the Indian Ocean, but maintain control of the base of the largest island, Diego Garcia, under a 99-year lease. There had been efforts to get the treaty signed before Trump's inauguration on Monday, and the Mauritian cabinet were expected to approve the deal on Wednesday. But overnight, the British position changed. This is basically what a Mauritian source close to the negotiations basically relayed to the public. The deal had already been greenlit by the Biden administration, but the UK Prime Minister's office on Wednesday said that the incoming Trump government would now consider the deal. Next headline, trigger warning on this one, people. Trigger warning. And 3 people have now been arrested after a 14-year-old boy was stabbed to death in a double-decker bus in southeast London. Kellyanne Bokassa was pronounced dead shortly after being attacked in Woolwich on the 7th of January. 2 boys, aged 15 and 16, were arrested on Wednesday on suspicion of murder, and a 44-year-old woman was arrested on suspicion of assisting an offender. The Met Police said that all 3 remain in custody. Detective Chief Inspector Sarah Lee, who is leading the investigation, said that the arrest marked a significant step forward. We continue to appeal for people or anyone with information about Kellyanne's murder to come forward and to speak to us. And that's it for our headlines.
All right, let's get into what you're saying. Topic of the day.
All right, people. As mentioned earlier, we're going to talk about this Gaza ceasefire deal. I'm going to go into a bit of detail about the different phases, right, to this agreement. But there has been a bit of breaking news as well that I'm going to be speaking about as well. But on the surface, I want to ask you guys, what do you feel about this whole ceasefire deal? Do you feel as though the timing is a bit suspicious with Trump coming in about 5 days? Do you feel as though this is something that's going to hold for long term? Like, what were your first thoughts when you've heard about the ceasefire deal and the agreement?
Maybe it wasn't. My first thought was too little, too late. I know it's probably a negative view to look at things from, but that was my initial reaction when someone said to me, "Oh, there's a ceasefire. They got a ceasefire in Gaza." That was literally my reaction. I was like, oh, "Too little, too late," if you ask me. But obviously, it's better than nothing. It's good that they've made some progress, regardless of how long it took, and that they're eventually going to get a ceasefire.
Yeah,
I've seen people from both sides chatting shit. I've seen people on the Israeli side not necessarily happy with it because it's only for 33 hostages and these stuff. And obviously, even with the timing of it and Trump's inauguration coming and him being so heavily involved, it's like, I don't know, they're dubious to the whole situation of what's going on, probably even the motives behind it or whatever. Don't know if it's going to hold up. That's one thing. I don't know if it's going to hold. Only time will tell. But it's like, I don't know, what happens moving forward? 'Cause once you get to a stop in the fighting, if you can get there, is there retrospective action? Are people going to be held accountable for things that they done?
good point.
Do you get what I'm saying? Those are kind of questions that I would probably have, so it can let me know how I really feel about it. But yeah, I suppose that was my initial thoughts.
Okay. Brent, what about you?
Next question.
What was your initial thoughts when you heard about the ceasefire? Do you feel like it's just one of those things where it won't hold? Do you feel like it's a bit suspicious, the timing? knowing it's only 5 days before Trump takes power. What were your thoughts when you first heard?
No, I don't think it's going to hold. So it's like the calm before the storm resumes.
All right. Well, let me give you a bit more information. So obviously, pretty much the entire world should know about what's going on over there to at least some small degree. But for those who don't know, basically Israel launched a campaign to destroy Hamas, right? Which is prescribed as a terrorist organization by Israel, right? By the IDF, by the US, by other countries as well. And this was in response to a cross-border attack on the 7th of October back in 2023, in which about 1,200 people were killed and 251 others were taken hostage. Since then, more than 46,700 people have been killed in Gaza, right? This according to Hamas, their health ministry. More than 2.3 million, right? Well, most of the 2.3 million population has now been displaced as well. So there's widespread destruction. We've seen loads of clips online. We've seen it in the news all over the place. And there's severe shortages of food, fuel, medicine, shelter, everything basically. And this is due to obviously a struggle to get the aid to those who need it. And we've heard different narratives during this entire 15-month period of Israel being able to control basically food going in, control water supplies, control fuel and medicine, humanitarian aid, all of the above, right? Israel basically have said that 94 of the hostages are still being held by Hamas, of whom 34 are presumed dead, right? In addition, there are 4 Israelis who were abducted before the war. 2 of those are dead. So obviously, like we just mentioned, there's a ceasefire deal. But the reason why I was talking about the whole, breaking news, is basically that Netanyahu has come out and basically said that Hamas, this is his words, is backing out of the explicit understandings agreed upon with the mediators and Israel. Sorry, Hamas is backing out of the explicit understandings agreed upon with the mediators and Israel in the last-minute blackmail attempt. He's basically saying last minute they're trying to back out. So obviously this is the news that's been pushed out, that there is a deal, it's been sorted, wrapping it up. But right now we're hearing that it doesn't seem as though it's entirely crossed the line.
So, regardless, remember asking if it's going to hold, it's maybe like it might not even start.
Can you imagine? Exactly. And not funny, but even as they're discussing this, Israel's still been killing people.
Still bombing.
Yeah,
because it don't start, it starts at a certain time, innit?
Yeah,
so
exactly.
they're basically essentially telling them they got however many days, 4 days to get their shit off.
Exactly.
You get me?
That's exactly it.
Which they're going to do, which is mad.
Yeah. And during these bombs, something to cut you, they've actually killed 32 Palestinians.
What is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Netanyahu's a madman. Netanyahu's been a madman.
Mm-hmm.
So, and obviously we're not in these rooms and privy to certain information and that, so you just have to just take what people are saying, but you don't even know how these men are conducting themselves and the things that's going on in like this. It's not even the way he's such a madman and the way he's conducted himself. You can't even take anything that he's saying as genuine. Like just saying, "Oh yeah, no, they're not." Like he just seems like a warmonger. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, and he would find any excuse to mash this up. It's the same rhetoric and narrative that they've been pushing before. Okay, well, we tried to do the peace to do a ceasefire or to do things peacefully, but Hamas don't want to do it, and that's why we got to bomb them and kill everyone. And it's like, I don't know what kind of, even if that was these men, how resilient are they? Like, there's damn near nothing left over there. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, they won't even let the media in, because I think if you walked in and actually saw this, like, to the full extent of what was going on,
100%.
It's crazy. Regardless of the tens of thousands of people that's died, like, I can't even get my mind around like what's even going to be left of there. They've destroyed over like I heard what's the number, like 80,000 or something like that. Like the amount of buildings, like forget people, like buildings and infrastructure that's been destroyed. It's like tens and thousands of buildings that's rubble now. Yeah. I don't even know what's left for the people. Like when they're talking about they can make their own choices and start from fresh and rebuild, and it's like, what? Like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, this is proper insanity. You get me? So I'm not even surprised by him doing all that. And by the way he moves, if that's when that story come out, just now?
Yeah, about half an hour ago.
Yeah, see, if that's what he's saying now, then that's ceasefire might not even go through. That's crazy.
Insane. So obviously, just to backtrack a bit, Qatar announced that a ceasefire deal was basically being agreed upon between Israel and Hamas. America's basically been instrumental in brokering this whole deal as well. And basically, since then, the headline went out last night, Israel, obviously, like I just mentioned, continued to strike Gaza. 32 Palestinians have been killed. Pardon me, at least 32 have been killed. This according to medics, right? Also, Benjamin Netanyahu said late last night that Hamas was backtracking on certain details of the agreement. Obviously, he's gone into a bit more detail now. And basically, even as I'm talking to you now, 3 minutes ago, senior Hamas official has basically pushed back on these claims by Benjamin Netanyahu, basically suggesting that the group was reneging on some of the terms of the ceasefire deal. He's basically saying this ain't true. You know what I'm saying? He basically said Hamas is committed to the ceasefire deal, which was announced by the mediators in Qatar last night. So I'm not too sure what Benjamin Netanyahu is basically saying, but these are the contrasting views at the moment. The plan was to present the deal to the Israeli government for approval today. So we should have got everything sorted today. Then obviously, like we just said, about half an hour ago, this is when he's come out and basically said they're trying to backtrack and trying to blackmail Israel last minute. Also, like you mentioned as well, there's some people in Israel right now who are protesting against the ceasefire, which is insane. Some people believe the job has not been done. What do you think about that? Because remember, Israel's whole thing was it seemed as though every single interview that we saw, or that I saw anyway, it seemed like Israel basically saying, we're going to continue until Hamas is gone. But you're making deals with Hamas. So obviously they're not gone, right? Does this mean that Israel's failed from their perspective? And so this is the reason why those staunch Israeli supporters in Israel, who are Israeli, are saying, we still need to, you know what I mean, boots on the ground, we still need to get the job done. Or... yeah, what's going on?
Oh no, because obviously it's the public might feel differently about it. Again, with not getting all the hostages back, and with Hamas still being there, they might feel like it's a failure or the job hasn't been done to completion. I don't know what the true intentions of Netanyahu was. I don't think it was to do all that stuff. I think it was to inflict as much damage as possible.
Yeah, and
from where I'm sitting, is a pretty successful mission. To be totally honest with you, like, you get what I'm saying? Like, I don't think he's ever had any intentions to do anything else apart from kill as many of them as he can, and mash the place up. You get me? Because even then, like, there's so much damage done there to build back all the infrastructure. Like, they're not going to be able to do it alone. Anyway,
yeah,
you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Huh?
Where's the resources, isn't it?
Yeah, do you get what I mean? And and with Israel being right there and being on top of them, they're probably gonna have to be the ones that pattern it, if that makes sense. They're kind of have to be the ones that rebuild and pattern them, and then they're gonna have the control that they wanted and being able to put in whatever sanctions they can and stuff. And then either way, that their end goal is gonna be achieved because they're gonna have the place, innit? Like, that's just, I don't know if I'm right or wrong, but that's just the way I look at it, because there's so much damage done there. And when you hear them talking about, they can, like, the public don't have to support Hamas, and now this is their chance. Like, if we get rid of Hamas, this is their chance to start back and be free and rebuild and whatnot. And it's like, from what? Like, that's like Armageddon over there. Like, I don't even understand. In like, how long? How many generations do you like? What kind of rebuild are you talking about?
It's insane. It's exactly, I mean, I view it exactly like what you just said. They're going to be able to control everything. They control all the resources, the food, the fuel, everything coming in anyway. Yeah. So obviously they're going to be able to control the rate at which anything is built. You know what I'm saying? And I really don't see the whole occupation and of Gaza and what do you call it, building of the settlements stopping. I really don't see it. That probably is part of the deal, but I really don't see that stopping. And like I've been saying to Ramsey as well, I feel like ultimately this is just another step in the direction that Israel want to go. You know what I'm saying? I just read out that most of the 2.3 million population has been displaced. Most of the 2.3. So let's just say at least half of them, right? 1.15. Let's say 1 million is left. What? All it takes is for another situation that just happened in 5 years' time, God forbid. And then you reduce that population again. And then again, who's going to be occupying the place?
See, like, just like not just commercial buildings, residential buildings, and obviously I don't know because the media's not really even allowed there. But from what you do know, whatever, is there anywhere there that's untouched by the by the by the conflict?
Not in Palestine, not in Gaza, I don't think. Because it may sound a bit crazy what I'm about to say, but I think wherever there's a Palestinian, that land has been touched. You know, because they're there to kill. They're there to destroy. So if they know there's Palestinian lives in a particular area, they've gone there and they've destroyed it. 100%. 100%.
Yeah, they might have worked, because I'm trying to say, even if you do get the ceasefire, even if the war does stop and you get, then what?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what's the next steps after that?
Do you think this is a bit of like positive thinking, or do you feel like there's some substance to this? So basically, Iran's supreme leader has basically said that a ceasefire deal being reached is a victory for the people of Palestine and defeat for Israel. So he's seeing this as victory for Palestine. Maybe it's because of the angle, like I was saying before, about the fact Palestinians are still there, or at least can come back, even though most of them have been displaced, but also because Hamas is still alive. You know what I'm saying? They might have killed a lot of the leaders, but Hamas is still alive. You're brokering a deal with somebody. You know what I'm saying? He said in a statement, which was released via the semi-official Tasnim news agency, today the world realized that the patience of the people of Gaza and the steadfastness of the Palestinian resistance forced the Zionist regime to retreat. They were writing books that one day a Zionist group committed the most heinous crimes, killing thousands of women and children, and ultimately they were defeated.
I don't know, but to do these stats, depending on who you are and how you want to look at them, you can paint narratives from both sides to suit your story, to suit your to suit whatever agenda you got. I suppose maybe it's positive thinking to try and say that and to try and prop people up, but all that stuff don't really matter. It's about, again, because it seems like so futile. It's like, how do the people in? It's easy for you to say that in Iran or whatever, but how do the people in Palestine feel? Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, a lot of these things, it might be bittersweet or whatever. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, I don't know if they feel like there's a real victory there, because I don't really know the ins and outs of the real conditions that they're living in and the stuff that they're going through and the long lasting effects and everything. There might not be no real, and that's what I'm trying to say, even just with what's going on, like I'm saying, like with the infrastructure and what's happening, and there might not be no real victory to take from it.
Yeah.
You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
And even though the ideology of defeating Hamas and wiping out Hamas, it's just propaganda and rhetoric that you're pushing to justify your behavior. I think in your head and in your, like, you can't be stupid enough to think that you could eradicate Hamas. Like, that don't make sense. And even what stuff people have been saying from the jump, from the way that they've been treating them, like, you're creating and building future generations of Hamas or whatever the group's going to be called, or if you want to call them terrorists or whatever. You got a breeding ground for them, and you're giving them every reason to grow up to hate you. So you're never going to wipe out that idea. You know what I'm trying to say? You can't try, like, you're never going to do that, innit? And I think they're smart enough to know that. So I don't think that was even the real objective. And that's what I'm trying to say. From where I'm looking at, it looks pretty much like a clean sweep victory. I think they've done what they wanted to do, and they're going to do more of it. You know what I'm trying to say? That, because like you're saying in the breaking news, he's already challenging what's there to go on, so we can fuck that off, cause more fuckery. Even like you're saying, since the announcement's been and since the ceasefire's been announced, they've already killed more people. So it's like, I don't see.
I guess maybe from the Palestinian side, they may be seeing it as, well, at least we're alive, we can regroup. You know what I'm saying? We can do certain things. You know what I'm saying? We're not completely done, which I think ultimately they think, or they know, is Israel's plan. But like you're saying, I think Israel's plan has just been, it's a plan that was always going to take decades and decades and decades. Just part of the same plan from the late 40s.
At one point, they've been fighting and been, however, like, persecuted and whatever it is for ages. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, but they've built up to their point of having their own government and all these kind of things. That's what Hamas was, their government and stuff. Like, they've built up a certain amount of infrastructure within reason that they've had stuff for themselves. Once you demolish all of that and you tear it all down, and all these other people and all these other countries are going to have to come in and rebuild you lot, and then you owe people money and you're in debt and you're not in real control of what's going on. And like you're saying, they can control at what rate things get built back at and who owns it and where they get built and whatnot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you ain't got nothing else. I don't see, you're still going to be under their thumb, and Yeah, I just don't. I don't know. Again, Palestinians might feel different. Obviously, a break in the bombing and stuff is going to be well received because that's just like reality in it, like in real life and real time and all that. But like just from the long term effects of it, I just don't see where the win is.
Yeah. I definitely hear you, but I think maybe the approach is like I was saying, the fact that they're still here, and I think they've just got that revolutionary mindset to feel like, okay, cool. Even though it may look like we lost this particular battle, long term we're still here and can do something. Things can change long
Yeah,
term.
but do what?
I'm not too sure, but at least you're alive to strategize. You know what I'm saying? And perhaps if things do change in the Middle East,
It doesn't
you
even
could
sound
have
like they've
more-
got the buildings to strategize in.
No, but you may have. Let's just say in 20 years, there's just a change in the sentiments in the Middle East, and more of the Middle Eastern countries actually want to actually overtly back the Palestinians. You know what I'm saying? But if there's no Palestinians today, then what are you backing? There's nothing to back. But if you're still alive and maybe the people of the Middle East, no disrespect, but some of them grow a backbone and start actually defending the Palestinians, then you know what I'm saying? There could be improvements.
I hear it.
You know, because Islamic Jihad, which is basically Gaza's second largest militant group here after Hamas, obviously, they said that that this particular deal is honourable. That's what they said. They said today our people and their resistance imposed an honourable agreement to stop their aggression. The group said that the deal includes the withdrawal of Israeli forces from Gaza and an honourable prisoner exchange. It said that militant groups in Gaza will remain vigilant, of course, to ensure the full implementation of this agreement. So, I don't know.
They could take out the troops, stop the bombing, and ramp up the sanctions, and not let no aid in, and not let no water in, and not thing. Or is that part of the agreement as well? To
What? Which part? To not allow stuff in?
yeah,
No. I think that they would have stopped some of that. But I'm going to read out some of the different phases of the deal. But Brent, can you put up the first link, please? Where Biden is talking. While you're doing that, I'll just read out some figures that the UN basically has released. They said that these numbers shed light on the humanitarian situation in that particular area, which has been obviously pounded by Israeli strikes for 15 months. So at least 1.9 million people have been displaced. So when I was saying most of the 2.3 million, I was thinking just over half. Almost all of them. 92% of housing units destroyed.
housing.
92%. 68% of road networks destroyed or damaged. There's zero fuel reserves to operate generators at hospitals. Zero. 88% of school buildings need rebuilding or major repairs. 88%. And 3 months of food rations for Gaza's population are waiting to enter. This is insane. Insane.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. I told you the last time I heard there was 80,000 buildings destroyed. That was ages ago. It's probably close to 100,000 now. I can't even grasp. I can't even get my head around that. Imagine 100,000 buildings being destroyed in London. Like 100,000. Like that's mad.
Insane.
I don't know how you bounce back from that.
Brent, have you got a clip?
Yeah.
All hell before
No, that's not it. Hold on a second. Why is that going there? Sorry, that's not the right clip. I'll put a clip up in a minute. Basically, just want to tell you guys some of the phases of the initial ceasefire deal, right? So basically, the Qatari Prime Minister is obviously calling for both sides to calm before the start of this first 6-week phase. So the first phase is 6 weeks, right? And basically 33 hostages, including women, children, and elderly people, will be exchanged for Palestinian prisoners in Israeli jails. 33 hostages. So Israeli forces will also withdraw to the east, away from the densely populated areas of Gaza, right? And then the displaced Palestinians will be allowed to begin returning to their homes, right? And hundreds of aid lorries will be allowed into the territory every day. So that's part of the first phase, and that's 6 weeks. Then negotiations for the second phase, which should see the remaining hostages released a full Israeli troop withdrawal. So none of the troops will be there in the second phase, and also a return to a sustainable calm. And that will start on the 16th day, right? And the third and the final stage will involve the reconstruction of Gaza. So something that could take years, obviously, like we know. And pretty much like you echoed as well, or said, and Von echoed in the chat, it's just going to be Israelis, basically, who are going to come and start doing this. You know what I'm saying? So they'll be making money off of it, basically. So yeah, that is literally the situation. I did want to put in a clip where Biden is basically talking about the deal. And I wanted to ask you guys, do you feel as though Biden deserves credit, or maybe Trump deserves credit for this?
I think I see a reporter asking him, do you see a reporter saying, that, what should he say? Should we give Trump, or I don't know, I can't remember how she worded it.
Yeah, basically say...
should we thank Trump for this or something like that?
Yeah. Is it you or is it Trump that deserves the credit? Something like that.
Something like this.
Yeah. And he turns around and he's like, is that a joke? We're going to see it in this clip, though. We're playing from 8:50. 8 minutes 50.
Those who work for peace.
Mr. President, how do you see the future of Gaza now? As you were saying, the implementation of this deal will be in the hands of the next administration, and basically they will shape the future of Gaza. So how do you see this future? And also, how much credit do you give to the Trump team for this deal? Trump is already taking credit for it.
Well, you know, this is the exact framework of the deal I proposed back in May. Exact. And we got the world to endorse it. Secondly, it's America's support for Israel that helped them badly weaken Hamas and its backers and create the conditions for this deal. And thirdly, I knew this deal would have to be implemented by the next team. So I told my team to coordinate closely with the incoming team to make sure we're all speaking with the same voice, because that's what American presidents do. Thank you.
In the, how many Americans will be released when the hostages are being released?
All the exact detail of how many people are being held, how many bodies will be returned and less, will all be forthcoming. All of it, all of it. Thank you.
This deal will hold.
I'm confident. Thank you.
Folks, credit for this, Mr. President, you or Trump?
Is that a joke? Oh, thank you.
Brent, can you play the second clip as well, yeah? And can you play that from 2:40? So yeah, obviously Biden's saying that he's had this plan, the framework of this deal since May. When I heard that, I thought, okay, so what took so long? Why is
well, I think
nothing's happened since May?
Making a lot of progress, and I don't want to say too much because I think they're doing a really good job back in Doha. I'm leaving tomorrow back to go to Doha, but I think that we've had some really great progress, and I'm really hopeful that by the inaugural, we'll have some good things to announce on behalf of the president. I actually believe that we're working in tandem in a really good way, but it's the president, his reputation, the things that he has said that are driving this negotiation, and so hopefully it'll all work out and we'll save some lives. I believe we've been on the verge of it. I don't want to discuss sort of what's delayed it. There's no point to be negative in any way. But I think it's the president, his stature, what he said he expects, the red lines he's put out there, that's driving this negotiation. I'm going back probably either this evening or tomorrow night.
Are you confident there'll be a deal before January 20th, or is that something that's likely to happen, if there's a deal even at all? We've been hearing this now for the better part of...
I know. I would say...
they better be.
Right. I would say that the president is exasperated. I don't want to talk for him, but look, I don't know anyone who delegates better than President Trump. He gives us a lot of authority to speak on his behalf, and he exhorts us to speak emphatically. And emphatically means you better do this, because the alternative.
Do you think they're waiting for President Trump to take office?
No, I think they heard him loud and clear. Better get done by the inaugural.
But when you say all hell will be
Before I
paid,
take
that all hell must be paid if they don't release the hostages.
Don't you?
Well,
Do I have to define it for you? Look, all
No, I know
hell
you're not
will
gonna
break out.
telegraph
If
what-
those hostages aren't back, I don't want to hurt your negotiation. If they're not back by the time I get into office, all hell will break out in the Middle East. And it will not be good for Hamas, and it will not be good, frankly, for anyone. All hell will break out. I don't have to say anymore, but that's what it is. And they should have given them back a long time. They should have never taken them. There should have never been the attack of October 7th. People forget that. But there was, and many people are killed. They're no longer hostages. I have people from Israel and others calling, begging me to get, we had also people there from the United States, just so you know. They're holding some so-called hostages from the U.S. But I've had mothers come to me and fathers crying, can I get the body of their son back? Can I get the body of their daughter back? That beautiful girl where they threw her in the car, pulled her by her ponytail and threw her in the car like she was a sack of potatoes. I said, what happened to her? Sir, she's dead. Like a 19, 20-year-old beautiful girl. And the way they treated her. And I just say it this very simply. Steve's got a job to do. He's a great guy, great negotiator, great person. They respect him over there already. It's what we needed over there. We have people that know everything about the Middle East, but they can't speak properly. They don't know. He's a great negotiator.
Thoughts? This will be the last thing that we touch on, but what's your thoughts on that? On these clips?
Trump's sick in his head, man.
Brent, I want you to chime in as well, yeah? Tell me what you think about, basically what you heard, innit? Do you guys give Trump the credit, or do you give Biden the credit? Or none of them the credit?
Biden's been pussyfooting around this the whole time, chatting shit, telling them not to do this, not to do that, don't do that, don't do that. And Netanyahu hasn't been listening. And they've been supporting them the whole time as well. So Biden's just chatting shit. They're just playing everybody against each other. That was pretty clear. You get what I'm trying to say? And if they listen to him, then I suppose it would only be fair to give him the credit, innit? He come out and all certain time. He just said on national TV, if they don't give the hostages back, all hell's gonna break loose. And hell's been breaking loose for over 12 months now. So to see for things that get worse, I don't even know what that looks like. That'd be interesting to see what all hell breaking loose looks like. But that's a downright threat, innit?
Mm-hmm.
And no one ain't made that before. So if they listen to him, then I suppose he deserves the credit for getting it over the line, no?
Yeah, 100%. That's what I think, anyway. Man, what's your thoughts?
On whether Hamas is going to give up the hostages before he gets into office?
Yeah, like, and also do you feel like Trump deserves the credit, or is this the administration of Biden? Biden's administration that deserves the credit, basically?
Essentially, Israel is running things, Emmanuel. So if anything's going to stop, it's because Israel wants it to stop. I don't see it stopping, because if it stops, then the world is now going to be focused all of their energy on Netanyahu and the crimes that he's done. I don't think that he's going to allow that to happen until it is that they raise Palestine. Raise Palestine from this earth.
Do you think Israel's running things, really?
Yeah.
What, so if America, like the superpower in the world, want to put their foot down and control and take back control?
No.
So Israel run the world?
That's America's pay pig.
Okay.
So basically, you just see it as Israel wanted to stop now, but they didn't want to stop back in May.
Israel's not looking to stop. No, this is
Yeah,
pantomime.
yeah. Okay, cool. So you just see this as like you just said, pantomime, yeah.
Oh, so what does the threat of all hell breaking loose? What does that mean?
As in from Trump?
Yeah.
I don't know what he means, but it's not going to nothing's going to happen until Israel wants it to happen. And what that sounds like is that America is now going to make sure and remove Hamas from the earth. That's what it sounds like.
No, but obviously they want a deal struck, and obviously he's putting the pressure on Hamas. He's threatening them, but for the deal to be struck, Israel has to play ball.
From the clip that I just heard, I think more is towards Hamas.
Yeah, to come to the table, but there also has to be an agreement made to it takes two to tango, innit? Like Israel are gonna have to play ball. So people are saying Israel don't. You're saying Netanyahu don't want the agreement in the first place, but he's got that. They're gonna have to take it, if that makes sense. For an agreement to work, both sides are gonna have to come together.
So are you asking me to read between the lines?
I guess so. I don't know. Yeah.
Read past what he said.
Who, Trump?
Yes.
Well, I get what you're saying, but if Israel I get what you're saying that the threat is on Hamas and him destroying Hamas and all that rest of the tear, but for an agreement to work, Israel are going to have to be receptive to it.
So you're asking me to basically don't listen to what he has said, but listen to what he's not saying.
It's not what he said, but it's for what he said to work, Israel have to play ball. Like he's threatening thing. They have to they have to come to some agreement, innit? Like it's not just release the hostages for no reason.
Israel has been asking for them to release the hostages for the longest while, and they're saying they're not going to stop until all the hostages are back. Am I right or am I wrong?
Okay.
So he's parroting the same message. This is pro-Israel.
Yeah, Trump's definitely pro-Israel.
This is what I'm. You asked me for my feedback. That's my feedback.
Yeah, no.
All right.
Yeah, well, I mean, I see it as this isn't Biden's what do you call it, work. My thing is, if there's one administration that's basically pandered to the Israelis, it's definitely Biden's administration. Because if he's basically saying this is his framework, his idea since May, then why is it taking so long? Trump wants to get the job done, and he said it before, and this is why I think people voted for Trump. Because even though he's pro-Israel, he wants the madness over there to stop. And again, just like I've just read from Hamas and also from Islamic Jihad, they want a ceasefire. You know what I'm saying? Like, Trump has made this happen. This ain't Biden. But yeah.
With the threats being one-sided, if it was just taken on face value on how it said there and it being a threat towards Hamas that they're releasing the hostages, there wouldn't be a need for a ceasefire. Because he's saying release the hostages. It's not about a ceasefire. He's saying release the hostages or I'm on you. But in reality of the world is, with the negotiations, with the things that's happened between back and forth, there's not going to be no releasing of the hostages without the ceasefire.
Yeah, 100%.
In it. That's why everybody's involved. Everybody has to take part in it.
Yep.
And that's why we've had this. That's why he's made this threat, and now we've had the talk of the ceasefire coming because we understand what it's going to take for these hostages to be released. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So even though he's threatening Hamas, he's having conversations with Israel too, because everybody has to get on board for this to work. They've been talking about...
This is bonkers.
Why? They've been talking about... Okay.
Why is it bonkers?
It sounds as though both of y'all are agreeing that Hamas is holding up all of this.
Hold on, the ceasefire. No, Hamas wanted the ceasefire from ages ago, though. We know that Israel. Remember, we even reported them on this.
From what Marx just said, Trump is having conversations with Netanyahu.
Yeah.
And also Hamas.
Yeah.
That's what he just said, yes?
Yeah.
And so far, that there's no ceasefire is because, as you said, both parties are deciding that they're going to continue.
What?
This isn't Israel-led at all.
No, Israel's been leading this, though.
What do you mean?
Remember, we reported on this. Israel messed up the last attempt. Benjamin Netanyahu didn't want to stop. He wants to keep doing this thing. But I'm saying Trump is basically saying, stop the foolishness. We don't want this to continue. You know what I'm saying? Biden was pandering to Netanyahu. I'm saying Trump says, yes, I'm pro-Israel, but stop this. I'm not wasting American funds in Israel doing this nonsense. That's my position.
So, based on the clip, Trump is setting Netanyahu to stop this.
No, he's threatening Hamas in the clip.
So, this is what I wanted to focus on. You said just now, based on the clip, you also believe the thing that's not being said, that he is having stern words with Netanyahu behind the scenes.
He would be. He would need
Right?
to. He would
Good.
need to
Do
be.
you agree, Manuel?
Behind the scenes, yes.
All right.
But that in there,
And that's,
where
that's all I said.
okay, cool.
So it sounds as though Hamas is still holding up things.
It's not just Hamas.
No,
it's,
both.
So in public, he's speaking directly to Hamas.
Yes.
In private, it's assumed that he's speaking, having stern words with Netanyahu.
Yes.
So letting the
both.
world know, right, that it's Hamas's fault. And I'm telling you, if it is that we don't have the hostages back, I'm going to raise hell.
Yeah.
But behind the scenes, we don't have any evidence of this. He's having stern words with Netanyahu.
He would need to get Netanyahu on board for it to all work because we know Netanyahu don't want no fucking ceasefire.
Yeah.
And that's all I want you to focus on. Netanyahu does not want a ceasefire.
Yeah. So how's he gonna get it to happen if he's not talking to him?
If he doesn't want a ceasefire, anything that he is saying in public, how are we supposed to take it? If you're saying Netanyahu doesn't want a ceasefire, what Trump is saying in public, how are we supposed to take that?
I don't understand what you're saying. Remember, your brain works differently from everybody's in the world, you know. So you're saying stuff. Sometimes you're not making
I'm
sense.
just going off the clip. In my mind,
that's cool.
I'm not seeing what you're seeing. Both of you seem to be seeing something I'm not seeing. You're seeing that he's talking to Hamas, but he's really also talking to Netanyahu. I'm not even seeing that in the clip.
No, but in the clip, he's talking to Hamas. He's saying, return the hostages, make sure you do your end of the deal. But he's also telling Netanyahu behind the scenes and stuff.
But where'd you get this information from?
From the fact that he's been saying what he's been saying before him taking office.
What information are you talking about? Did you play the clip?
No.
So this is information that you have in your head?
No, that's been out in the news for
Go
months. He's been saying, I'm going to end the conflict over there. I'm not wasting money over there. I'm not wasting money in Ukraine. He's been said this.
Has he clearly said in public what he said to Hamas in public?
No, I don't remember him.
So where are you getting this information from?
But that's what I'm trying to say to you. He's been saying this beforehand. I'm going to end the deal.
My brain works differently,
I like
100%.
Marx is basically saying, I can't end the deal talking to one person. Both people have to agree. So while I'm telling Hamas this, I'm telling Netanyahu this too.
So one second, are you of the mindset that he's not having conversations with Netanyahu about the ceasefire?
No, I think Netanyahu is basically telling America what to do.
Nah.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
Well, obviously that's your opinion, isn't it?
Yes, it's my opinion.
Yeah.
I don't think that America's the head of this flipping dog. I think they're the tail. That's what I think.
Okay.
I think they definitely control things. This is the reason why you have so many Israelis in both sides, both camps. So many pro-Israelis in both camps. And one could even argue, I don't even think you would even argue it. You would say that Trump's camp is even more pro-Israeli. You see what I'm saying? But he's pro-Israeli and wants this to end. He doesn't want to waste American money over there. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's where it works. It's like, cool, I'm supporting you and I'm making sure that the terms you want Israel is sorted, but understand also what I want is that this deal is sorted because I'm not wasting money over this. You know what I'm saying? That's basically how I'm seeing it. So it's a mutual thing, but both of them are against Hamas. But again, this is helpful for Hamas and for Islamic Jihad and for the Palestinians because they don't want the war.
There wouldn't be no need for no ceasefire talk if that was just an attitude towards it. Obviously, I get what you're saying. You have to read, right, it's like man is saying that they're reading between the lines, but it's like what he said. He's came out before and he said he's going to put a stop to this. You know what I'm trying to say? If he's doing the big brother thing and he's got all the military power and all these things and he can literally flatten that place with one press of a button and he's supporting Israel all the way to the hills, there's no need to a ceasefire. You can just go full on bravado. You can just go full on, I'm with Netanyahu, I'm with Israel. If you don't let these people go, it's done. It's done for you. We'll flatten it. And that could be the energy that you're putting out there. But it's not. They're trying to work for a ceasefire. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
In back channels or whatever they're doing, they're trying to work for a ceasefire. And for the ceasefire to work, both sides are going to have to agree to it. So clearly he's having conversations with both sides.
Yeah. I think when Biden was trying to have conversations with both sides, Netanyahu was basically telling him to chill, relax.
Yeah.
I'm not listening to this. We still got more to do. That's basically how I'm seeing it.
So what have you all just done? So for the years in which this is going on, a year and a bit now, 15 months, right? You've now admitted that Biden's been having back channel conversations.
But Biden's been coming out in public.
Of course he has.
They've been coming out in public.
Wait.
We reported on this, remember?
Yeah, I know. We've been reporting on a whole set of stuff that alludes to the fact that America is being run by Israel.
Yeah, but Biden's been telling Israel to stop in
this
public.
Is what we do on this platform.
Yeah, but Biden's
we've been having Ramsey on here saying the same thing.
Biden's been telling Israel to stop.
But now, let's focus on what was just said. Let's just focus on what was just said. All this time, he's been having conversations about ceasing, yes?
Yes.
And Kamala Harris has tried to basically run for president, and what's one of the things that she has been accused of whilst running for president, as it pertains to Israel and the Palestine conflict?
Being pro-Israel?
Pro-Israel, right? Yeah. So all this whilst they're looking to barter for peace, this is what's been happening. Now Trump comes along, right? You are suggesting that because we now have a possible ceasefire just a few days before his inauguration, he's now responsible for them now looking to entertain a ceasefire. I told you I don't believe this is going to happen. Yeah. I told you it's going to only stop when Israel decides it's going to stop. Yes. Because I believe Netanyahu knows full well once it stops, his job is at risk. 120%. The world is not going to be looking at him because there's no conflict going on anymore, right? Because what international court basically even called him a genocidal maniac, right? Some of these countries have even said, if you step foot on my land, you're going to get arrested. Perhaps. America is not one of them countries, right? So in my mind, anything that Trump comes to say now about Hamas, it's always going to be pro-Israel. And so said the clip. In my mind, in my scattered brain, I'm only seeing pro-Israel sentiments there. You should not even have attacked on October 7th.
But America's been pro-Israel.
I'm now talking about the difference between Biden's administration and Trump. Because he said it's Trump's presence that's now having them shifted.
Biden's been pro-Israel.
I'm aware.
And Biden's openly come and said that like they've been going too far and they've been stopping. So why do you think Biden will be having conversations with Netanyahu about
I didn't say that he did.
No,
he said it. That's what I'm bringing it up.
No, he has. But I'm saying, why do you think Biden will be having conversations with Netanyahu, but Trump won't? And this is the thing. Biden's been trying to get Israel. Yeah, obviously he's pro-Israel. They want to get the thing. Yeah, but they've been trying when the international community's been talking about what Israel's been doing. He's been trying to get them to lay off it, to do things the right way, to not do things right. And Netanyahu's just been doing what he wants. And Trump's saying Netanyahu can't just do what he wants with me.
Yes, exactly.
I'm a bad man.
When did he say that?
This is a sentiments of the way he's talking. He said he's going to come out and fix things.
The clip that you're referring to.
I'm not referring to a clip. I'm referring to the whole.
Getting your information from.
I've been watching everything from when from since he's been talking, since he's gone back into the power, since he's won the sentiments of what he's been talking about. He said he's going to come and fix this. Logically, if your brain, like I said, your brain ain't working properly. Logically, they're going to have to have conversations with both sides. America have been
called Netanyahu a madman.
What I'm trying to say, I never look whatever. America, yeah, under Biden's administration, yeah, have been coming out in public saying Israel's going too far. Israel doing this. Israel need to stop this. Israel need to stop that. And Netanyahu hasn't listened to nothing. He hasn't listened to nothing.
I'm not countering anything you're saying.
Okay, I'm still gonna say it. He hasn't listened to anything. And the sentiments that Trump's is moving like is, I'm the one that's gonna come and sort this out. I can come and sort this out. You know what I'm trying to say? So yes, there's that clip there as a public threat to Hamas. But obviously he's having conversations with Netanyahu as well. Because without everybody conversating and working together, you're not going to find the peace that you want.
All right, so
I don't understand why your brain can't comprehend that.
Not to stress this out, and I was asked to respond to the clip.
Okay.
And me responding to the clip has me hearing he's only forcing Hamas to basically concede.
There wouldn't need to be a ceasefire.
Let me finish, because that's all Israel has been saying they are after. Their hostages, right? So if he's asking Hamas to concede, all I'm hearing is this is pro-Israel, and that's all I communicated. Let's stress this out. So what do you think is going to happen now? Is there going to be a ceasefire?
Well, I don't know. You just had the breaking news that Netanyahu said that they're trying to blackmail them. So who knows?
What do you think? Do you think Trump's going to basically be the difference? After doing all of that, do you think he's going to be the difference?
I'm hoping he is. I want to see the ceasefire.
I
think he gets it done. I think he gets it done.
And do you also agree, Manuel?
Yeah, I think it's going to stop.
All right. And
I think within Trump's administration, if not basically today, within his administration, the ceasefire deal will be done.
And would that mean that Hamas gives up the hostages?
Yeah, of course. It will be part of the deal.
All right. So when Israel get what they've been asking for, then they're going to stop doing what they're doing. Is that what you're saying?
Have you not heard people saying that they've been
I'm
trying
just asking a
Okay,
simple
but
question.
have you not heard people saying that Hamas have been trying to come to the table and trying to give up the thing? So what they're asking for in public and the rhetoric that they're pushing is allowing them to think their agenda. So what they're asking for is in public is not what he wants, and we know what Netanyahu wants, and that's to wipe them all out.
What does Netanyahu want?
I don't want to go back and forth.
What does Netanyahu? You just said it. What does he want?
I don't care anymore, Brent.
Wow. I'm just asking you to repeat what you just said, and you're like, all right, cool,
Yeah,
finish.
but
All right,
just
finish.
make someone
Good
else talk.
morning.
Make someone else
Good
talk.
morning, Ed. Good morning, Sally. Good morning, Andre.
Morning, boys.
Morning.
Morning, boys.
I've been waiting for this.
You said that.
So,
Oh, Sally. Yeah, what's you guys'
I
thoughts,
would-
man?
I would like to understand what Brent's thoughts are.
No, we can't hear.
Because-
We can't hear.
Oh, your mic's off. You're trying to have your mic.
Wait, can you hear me?
Yeah, that's better. That's better.
Yeah. I would like to understand what Brent's thoughts are because, like, literally, there is a history, and everyone needs to be aware of history. Me, I studied history. I'm not waving that around like a flag, but we need to understand where we've come from, and that is so important in every single way. Because, bro, right now we have. I'm not gonna lie, but we are kind of on the verge of the third of the third. What they call it before?
What, World War III?
There we go. And we're on the verge of it. We actually are.
The suspense is
And we
killing
need
me.
to stop remembering the past.
So what are you saying? How does that relate to this deal? What are you saying? What's your position?
My position is the same that has ever been the position, which is that I don't think that killing people is ever really the answer. Because most of the time, the people that are killing people outside, they don't hate them, they don't love them. Like,
Okay, we understand that, we get that, but I thought you were
Exactly.
going up in regards to the conversation that we're currently having, as in who would the credit go to for getting this ceasefire done, or if it could even get done, whether it be Trump or Biden, or like just the whole back and forth me and Brent were just having. Like, have you got anything to say towards that?
yes, I do.
Please.
And I'm not gonna lie, I think the smartest people are gonna win. Because right now, every single person that is hearing my voice right now can go onto legal tenders. And they can go and they can find things to start selling to the government. Everyone listening right now, literally go onto your government's legal tenders. You can if you want to, and this is where people make money. So and truly, it's like if you want to make money right now, you can.
Brent, who else is up there?
But at the
I
same
mean, y'all
time,
stopped me to basically hear this guy reason with y'all, innit?
Yeah, but I'm saying who?
Let him reason with y'all.
No, I want to know who else is on the stage.
A few other people.
Can I get some names, please?
There's Andre. There's We Found the Shooter. There's Ed.
Ed. How do you feel about the situation?
Yeah. Yo, I was just gonna hit up on terms of like what Imam was saying in terms of obviously what Trump's impact was, isn't it? So like, I was being a bit facetious in the chat earlier where I was saying that Trump played like 0 part, like just literally put his name on the homework and that. But I won't say he's played 0 part, but to act like he deserves full credit for this is insane to me. Like, I'd sit there and go from everything I know of, probably Brother Ramsey probably knows a lot more than I do. But even the little bits I know of, his main involvement is obviously just been hiring like the new envoy guy, who's obviously been having some talks with them alongside Biden's administration and that, and then obviously saying what he's been saying publicly in terms of being like making his sort of urgency threats, as it were, like getting shit done ASAP, which given he's obviously came in part of the things he was saying, obviously when he was obviously running, was like he's going to handle Gaza like straight away. So that goes with what he's been saying anyway. So that's not a new thing, In actuality, the reality is obviously Biden lays the framework, but most of the credit actually deserves to go to Egypt and Qatar for like handling shit between these lot. Like you said, when America come and say this, Netanyahu's on like, yo, I'm doing what I'm doing. Like at the end of the day, I'm wiping out Hamas. That's what I'm doing. Like I ain't talking to you, man, till I wiped out Hamas. If it weren't for the pressures that obviously US have, I'm sure, talked to Egypt and Qatar about that stuff. But in terms of, if it weren't for the pressures that Egypt and Qatar were putting on those, man, we wouldn't be here at all. Like that's those actually probably deserve the most credit, And even then, and then by proxy, you can go and say Biden and co for obviously bringing Egypt and Qatar to the table. Deserve credit for that because there was no negotiations happening prior to them bringing their man to the table. And then obviously Trump's team have come at the end of the process to just sort of make sure stuff gets over the line and get them dots I's, crosses T's, that best case scenario. But we can't sit there. Yeah, you can't sit there and you can't sit there and tell me that that's all on Trump. Trump's been shouting. I ain't sitting there saying that my man ain't been shouting and my man talking like he's been doing the madness. But the reality of what if you actually read up on the negotiations, like if you don't get here without Egypt and Qatar proposing the ceasefire, helping propose the ceasefire deal, them getting involved in saying obviously they'll provide like the aid and they'll provide like stuff for civilian welfare, they'll provide security and stuff like that in terms of obviously like you don't get here.
Yeah, 100%.
Like even then, another reason why obviously it's taken so long, you have to go. Literally, they wiped out Hamas's leadership, bro. Like you can't. How can we come to the table when one party's leadership is gone? Like, how are we going to quickly get to this table? And now we're going to quickly sort this stuff out. Like,
100%, I agree with you. Yeah, I agree with you. You definitely need Qatar. You definitely need Egypt. You need mediators. You need people that Hamas can trust as well, right? You need people to come and facilitate the talks. 100%. I'm not taking that away from those guys at all. But what I'm basically saying, when we're talking about the role of America, because we all know, if not for America, Israel is not going to be over there. We can say Israel's controlling America, but they're controlling America for something. Because America has the resources. America has the biggest military in the world, the most powerful military in the world. America does. So they're controlling America for their benefit. Fine, that's cool. But under this particular administration, we've been there for 4 years, happened 2023, end of 2023, Biden said he proposed this framework back in May of last year, right? What has happened since then? Since then, we've reported on times where we're close to a ceasefire or people were talking about ceasefires or whatever, and nothing happened. Why? Because Netanyahu said whatever he was saying. He didn't give a damn. What I'm basically saying, I think what Mars is basically saying is, now that we've got a new administration, Trump has been saying before, one of his things when it came to voting for him is, I'm done with that foolishness over there. He's more pro-Israel, 100%. No one's taking that away. But he's done with wasting resources in the Middle East. You know what I'm saying? And so that's where the difference is. He's not going to sit down and allow Netanyahu to control him. I don't think that's the case. I think he sees it as this is a mutual beneficial thing. I'm doing this for Israel, fine, but we're going to do certain things on your terms, Israel, but we're still going to get it done. Biden wasn't doing anything. He was just there allowing this foolishness to continue. So I think it's only happening now because of what we're saying. Because obviously Biden's on his way out, but obviously it could never have been done if Trump's team wasn't involved.
I would say, the unfortunate thing is that every single person in this conversation, we don't have the power to sway this conversation in any different way. So Iman has said,
we're not trying to play it. We're just talking about it.
wait, sorry?
We're not actually trying to play it. We're just speaking about it.
Okay, let me finish what I'm saying, and then you chime in. But Iman has literally just said what he said, which is literally that the president of America, he has the power, and basically none of us, no one else has the power. And I fully believe, I fully stand behind what Iman said, that regardless of if I believe in what Iman says that is the best possible option or blah blah blah. Regardless of that, I 100% believe in what Iman has literally just said, and it's very sad. I think it's very 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 sad because really and truly, at the end of the day, people are being killed on the hundreds, on the thousands, on the millions. Really and truly, that's how it ends up. On the hundreds, on the thousands, on the millions. People are not waking up. Like, think about it. Like, you see when you go to sleep, yeah? You are sleeping in a house. The next morning, that house can just be blown up to pieces. And that is a reality for lots of people. A lot of people.
100%.
3,000, 4,000, 40,000. People are not waking up.
Horrible.
And we just think because we're here on this other side of the world, we just think that okay, but because what Britain is just saving us.
All right, stop for a second.
We are doing this.
Stop for a second.
One second.
You just think that
more important things here. Hold up. As you're on the phone, as you're on the line, I want everybody on the line. Ed, we found the shooter, and also Andre, and you, Marks, and you, Emmanuel, to take part in this question. Right, this question I'm going to ask now. I'm trying to keep it in a way where you guys can understand me. This comment says, "Is Brent autistic? I might be. He never understands basic points and goes out of his way to be contrarian." I close my mouth until I'm asked the question. I don't want to speak on this platform.
Wait, man. Hold.
Wait. Now, this exchange back and forth, you all have been talking for a while, right? And I wasn't commenting on this, right? I didn't even want to do this topic of the day. I wanted to do a continuation of what we talked about yesterday, right? So I let you all pop off. Then we got to a point where I saw a clip where Trump is saying something, and I was asked, what are my thoughts? What do you think my argument was? Or my point. What was my point? And I'm asking everybody on this particular panel, what do you think I'm arguing?
Your point was that Israel are in control. Israel are going to do what they want to do. Trump's pro-Israel, and that was a direct threat towards Hamas. So there's something I was going to say to tie it all in. Those are things that you were saying. Those are points that you was making, right? So your general consensus is, because what was I saying when I was making that, like, you were saying basically that Trump's not the same. When I was talking about Trump and that and talking to Netanyahu and whatnot, you're saying based off that clip, I don't know where you got that from, because from that clip, he's just threatening Hamas and he's just pro-Israel. You get me? And you're saying America on Trump or wherever it may be does not have the power to tell Israel anything, because Israel are the ones controlling the ship. Like he said, they are the head, America are the tail. So it was pretty straightforward. And obviously you've explained how your mind works numerous times, isn't it?
I need specificity, because I do believe that I have a problem with my head. I can't talk on 5 different points at the same time. I can't.
So some of the things that I was saying and referring to, in your mind, you're saying, where have you took that from? If this video.
I perceive you move a goalpost, I can't go there until it is I finish what I think I came here for.
Yeah, which is totally fine. And only the point that I was making, and obviously it's the thing that Eman said a little while ago, was that Biden has been sitting by letting Netanyahu get away with what he wants, yeah? America have came out under Biden's organization, yeah, saying, like before they let them do what they want, then the world started piping up. Then they're like, you know what? He's going too far. He needs to not do this. He needs to not do this. He needs to not do that. Israel needs to stop. We're going to talk to them. We need to facilitate. And Netanyahu has still been doing what he wants. Then in the run up to the elections, when Trump's been campaigning, Trump's been telling us, yeah, I'm done with this foolishness. When I get in power, this foolishness is going to stop. You know what I'm trying to say? Which is implying that, and America have been trying to talk to Netanyahu and get him to do things and to behave better, yeah? Which is implying that Trump believes he has more say here and more swing here. You know what I'm trying to say? Then he's won the election, and within weeks of him or months of him winning the election, before he's even got into this power, yeah, now there's a ceasefire. Which again, in my mind, is which in my mind speaks to him saying what he said, innit? So even though in that clip he's only threatening Hamas and he's definitely pro-Israel, he's on Israel's side, for everything to work, he would have to be speaking to Netanyahu. Just like Biden and that was speaking to Netanyahu before, but he wasn't listening. Now Trump's saying, nah, when I talk, he's gonna listen. So openly, the threat that's been made is to Hamas and stuff like that, yeah? But in my mind, just from everything that he said and everything that's happened from the future, from the previous government and stuff like that, in my mind, the conversations are happening both ways. He's outwardly going to threaten Hamas because he's outwardly pro-Israel. He's Israel's thing. So whatever terms we come are going to be favorable to you. I'm with you. I'm on your side. I'm with you. But this needs to stop now. That conversation ain't just a Hamas.
Can I jump in here, please?
Sorry, but that's just how I perceive things, and I guess that's what you were saying as well, innit? I'm not saying I'm right. That's just the point that I was trying to make, innit?
Who else wanted to?
I'll just muted such. All right, so I don't disagree with you.
Okay.
That's why I asked you, what do you think I am saying?
Okay.
I initially joined this conversation because I was asked what to think about the clip.
Okay, cool.
And in the clip, he is suggesting that he is going to do what Israel has been saying they are in Palestine for, to get their hostages back. Every single time one of their ambassadors has been asked on any of the platforms they've been on, but they have our hostages. How are you telling us we have to stop? They attacked us. We're defending ourselves. Plus, we need our hostages back. So Trump saying, I am going to get your hostages back, it sounds as though he is saying, I'm going to give you what you've been saying you are warring over.
Okay, cool. So just stick a pin there, yeah? Because even that's what I say, that rhetoric, yeah, I think people are saying that Hamas and stuff have come to the table to try and have negotiations to get this back, but Israel has scarpered it. They're moving like it's Hamas scarpered it, but Israel scarpered it in Netanyahu. So even though that's the narrative that they're pushing, that they want that they want the hostages back and all that, yeah, it benefits Netanyahu for them to keep them hostages, because then it emboldens him and it empowers him to do what he really wants to do. It's not which is what he's coming out and saying, but it allows him to do what he really wants to do, yeah, and destroy that place and kill those people. So he's being the enemy of progress. And what Trump is saying is, I'm going to make him stop that foolishness so we can make the progress.
And hear this. What do you think is going to happen militarily if Hamas doesn't abide by what Trump is saying needs to happen before he's in office?
Well, he said all hell's going to break loose.
What does that mean?
I don't know. So it'd be interesting to see what that looks like.
Doesn't that kind of look like what
Netanyahu
Israel
wants
is currently doing?
Yeah.
But this is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but there's I don't know then. I hear you. Because I get what you're saying.
Bear in mind, everything else, that's all I want you to glean from this. That's my point. That's my point. Nothing else.
Okay. Anything you want to add to that, man?
I mean, I hear what you're saying.
We've got a problem, which is...
What? Did he beat the movement?
Did he beat the press?
I've just unmuted it. I guess he was talking to the rest of them whilst it was thinged.
Well, let's just get somebody else. We found the shooter. Wanted to say something.
Basically, as I was just saying to people, I don't get why that now Trump or the American government say, oh, it's ceasefire, which lasted all of 2 minutes, that now we now believe in it. For the past, not even just a year, past 70 years or however long this has been going on with Israel and Palestine, America's never been in control, and there's nothing what's shown as America's in control. For the past year, Israel have said, yeah, we want the hostages back. Yeah, we want to get Hamas. We want the hostages. And all they've done is shown, like, just killing innocent people and flatten land. They're not going for hostages when they've been offered them. And they're not going for Hamas. They're just indiscriminately bombing. So I don't get now why the ceasefire, which didn't last at all, that now we believe that's happening.
So you feel that this ceasefire is done, basically, yeah?
No, I think it was a facade. There was never no ceasefire in the first place. I've read something. Apparently, Israel do this when there's an inauguration happening. So I believe personally, I don't know when Trump started the rhetoric of, oh yeah, we need ceasefire, I'm going to stop it. But to me, that just makes sense since everyone was like, well, Democrats are not doing anything. Isn't that just a quick vote boost? Oh yeah, I'm going to do something about it. Like it's a quick way to steal some maybe Democrat voters or whatever, or look good in the eye. But I don't believe it. I don't believe America has any power over Israel, and I don't believe that either of them are talking about no ceasefire right now.
So let me ask you then, and maybe this is I want to ask you and Brent as well. When there is a ceasefire, why is there a ceasefire?
I'd have to look into previous ceasefire. I don't know too much information on previous wars, so I'd have to look into previous ceasefires and like look at the details of them. But what I could say is that, like, if you look at what Israel are doing, and I mean, so if you look at one of their religious books, the Talmud, it advocates for everything they're doing right now. For genocide, for taking people's lands, for harming innocent people who are not like it advocates, and then it also advocates for anyone who's not Jewish can't speak against you, can't do anything against you. You're allowed to do X, and they're not allowed to do X. Like that's what that book advocates for. That's so, and I don't know how many like Jewish people or how indoctrinated that is in their religion, but the people who were for destroying Palestine, they believe this book.
All right, I hear you.
I just add to that point quickly about the inauguration. He's not wrong with that as well. That has been going on for a minute. Where like when Obama came in, they did a ceasefire from December to January. When Trump came in back in 2017, they did a ceasefire literally just around the same time of the inauguration as well. And when Biden came in, they did the same thing. Like these aren't new things. This is them ingratiating themselves to the new regime.
Yeah.
Like it's not a matter of them trying to fix this. You know what I'm saying? This is just them going, all right, cool. The new regime's coming in. We need to play nice. Like this isn't just okay. That's what I was saying. Like yeah, my man's shouting, but like Brent was saying, like Israel are doing Israel. They're not doing this because Trump's shouting. No, they're just doing it because this is part of their routine. This is part of their gimmick. This is part of their plan. Like this doesn't change. So, sorry,
can I just add one last little sentence? And also, because we've heard in the past that is Hamas have said, yeah, you can have the hostages back, but like the way you see, even like to say it online, like you see the way Israelis will be laughing at like children getting murdered. They don't care about them hostages. They don't know about who they are. They don't care about them. And secondly, like it's the point come out my now. So I'll let someone else go.
All right, so just really quick, what I've been trying to get in to say is that you guys mentioned earlier, like you were speaking about like whichever political party you think would better like handle their relations with Israel or something, and my argument is neither because they both side with Israel, so neither one of them is going to handle it any better. And I'm actually like wondering where you guys got this whole maybe like this is a recent thing or something. It's like y'all were saying that you heard something like yesterday or something like that. So maybe this is recent. I haven't heard about this, but as far as I heard and read and seen, it has been Trump has spoken about he's going to end the war in Ukraine, but I haven't actually heard him mention anything specifically about Israel. I haven't heard anything specifically about that, so maybe I'm wrong on that.
Yeah, he's definitely spoken about Israel. He definitely has. I can't really point you to a particular place, but if you just YouTube, Trump Israel or something like that campaign, you'll see it there. But he's definitely spoken about it.
And obviously, my sentiments is that obviously both sides are pro-Israel. You know what I'm trying to say? Like they're, like you're saying, the America's bank, the lobbyists and all that. They're all there. Like they all have control, and whether it be Democrats or Republicans. The thing that I'm speaking to is that Joe Biden and that whole organization, have repeatedly come out saying that Netanyahu needs to slow down. Netanyahu needs to do the things the right way. Netanyahu needs to do this. Netanyahu needs to do that. They need to make sure they're using reasonable force. They need to make sure they're doing things properly. They're not ready to tear. There wasn't in the beginning, but after the noise from all the international community and everything that people have been seeing, they've come out. They have press conferences daily. I could show you numerous times, different people that bare times them coming out saying what Israel need to do, Israel need to be better, Israel need to be mindful, and Netanyahu hasn't listened. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Now there's a new party coming in, what's the word?
Administration.
A new administration coming in, yeah, and Trump's leading it. And whether he's right or wrong, Trump's got a bravado, and he's saying basically, their man there have to listen to me, like, or they're gonna listen to me.
That's not actually true.
How's it not true?
Well, Trump is pro-Israel, so like,
They're both pro-Israel. You're not listening to. You didn't listen to a word I said. I said that they're both pro-Israel. And again, within the Democrats being pro-Israel, Joe Biden's administration have come out on that stand when they have their daily press conferences and their meetings. I've seen it with my own two eyes, saying Israel need to be careful what they're doing. Israel need to do this. Israel need to do that. And Netanyahu hasn't listened. And what Trump is saying is that they're gonna listen to me. That's the only point I'm making. You can't tell me that's not true.
That's the only difference.
Nah, you can't tell me that's not true.
I believe in that. I just wanted to.
In fact,
what
you said,
one second.
I was going to say, because I have, because I know we're on different sides, but I have seen Trump and Biden, both of them recently. But, like, isn't it like a coincidence that all of a sudden, firstly, all the media, now they're showing the videos, now they're like allowed to call Israel evil. As soon as, like, it was around the election time, and maybe before then, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but it seemed like around the election time, maybe a month beforehand, when everyone changed their minds, like, and changed their minds in terms of the Republicans and Democrats. Like, yeah, actually, we do need to stop Netanyahu and he's going too far, but for the past year or so, it was all silence, and no, they're not actually doing anything wrong, and they deserve the right to defend themselves and all bullshit.
Isn't that just maybe a change in sentiment to kind of...
One sec, let me hear what's saying.
Isn't that just
sorry, Andre, one sec.
Isn't that just like a change in sentiment to kind of just to support the incoming government? So the stuff that you've seen in the media and stuff.
So possibly, but I think I just don't get why is it. So all the media have suddenly done it, like, who weren't doing it before, and both political parties have done it. Like, so if it's all happening at the same time,
right.
It seems to me like it's more
campaign season, isn't it? So I hear him. What are you gonna say, Andre?
So the reason why I disagree with that, like when I actually started seeing a shift in this, because I actually do talk to Americans and like they let me know about what's going on with their politics over there. But so basically, so when I started seeing a shift was like is when they had those hurricanes over in the U.S. Like that was in like North Carolina and I believe in Florida as well. Those hurricanes, and they were wondering, they're like, how come that like billions are being spent like over in foreign countries such as Ukraine and Israel, meanwhile like they're not getting any help for the average citizen. But that's when I really started seeing them like actually taking like a different stance like towards like.
Was that still campaign time?
This was while Joe Biden was still running.
But that's what I say. That would make sense for whoever the opposition is to bring that up and put that in the forefront, because it's like you're trying to get votes off people, isn't it? You're saying like, look what these people are doing with your money. There's stuff going on. There's tornadoes going on. There's reticent going on, but they're over there wasting the money in Ukraine and in the Middle East. Like, it makes sense that why you start hearing these things during campaign time from both sides. Like, I think that's kind of understandable, but it doesn't. It doesn't change the kind of the point I was making. Salah, you still there? Mr. Boss.
I'm here.
Go on, and you got, because you've been trying to get something off.
Nah, Marks, I fully hear where you're coming from, because it makes sense, bro. Like, at the end of the day, when you are in charge of like literally just taking care of your country, that is your charge of that's your job. So now all these other people that are talking about, ethnicity and blah 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 blah. Let's move ourselves away from that. At the end of the day, these people. So even someone like Putin, whilst we're looking at all the things that he's doing and blah blah blah, let's also remember his job. His job is to
Brent,
look after the people
take up the
of.
screen.
So,
No, you said I got.
Sorry?
No, go on. I was just telling Brett something.
Yeah, and even like someone like Putin, I'm not going to lie. I think, me personally, I'm a big supporter of Putin because what has he done? He has supported his people. I think Putin is a fantastic because at the end of the day, if I had someone standing up for me like Putin, I would be very happy, bro. I'd be very, 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 very happy.
Okay.
We need people in these positions of power that are actually standing for us and not standing for anyone else. And that is the biggest problem that we have, I would say, right now in terms of democracy. We have the biggest problem because we've got loads of people that are just standing around and just pretending to be like they're actually here for us, but really and truly, completely different place.
Okay, cool. So stick a pin there. 1 second. How do you feel about what you just said, Brent?
That Putin's a bad guy. He's a very bad guy.
He said he's a good guy. He said he's a great guy.
Oh, he says he's good.
He said he loves Putin.
No. Wait.
I think he said, I think
Let me
Putin is
explain.
fantastic.
No, wait.
Yeah,
Let me explain myself. Because you see Putin, yeah? There's a lot that we don't know about Putin. Now, there was a time where...
Has this got anything to do with your Russian girlfriend?
Hold on. Relax.
Don't let him do that to you. Don't let him do that to you.
Wait. Listen to what I'm saying.
I just saw a comment and it just clicked. Sorry, Sam.
No.
Go on.
There was a time, yeah, where, like, Putin, never eat shredded wheat. The West wasn't going to enjoy the NATO, basically. And NATO basically said that you are never joining this coalition. Never. So and basically it makes sense because you see in never eat, like basically where they were in Western Europe,
Why
they
did
were
he
never
say never eat shredded wheat?
Never eat shredded wheat because
That's an acronym for something.
Yes, but he's following some sort of.
North, east,
I have
west,
time for him
south,
because
west.
you'll probably see me like this.
Oh, you're trying to work out the north, east,
Yeah.
south, west. Never eat shredded wheat. That's what it is. Okay,
your
cool.
method.
Yeah, no, I knew it was something. I knew it belonged to something. I was just thinking. Okay.
Yeah. So they never allowed anyone to join that. And then they started slowly. So when they started, it was interesting because, bro, slowly, and the thing is right now, I'm a normal human being. And I would say I'm a normal human being. But slowly, realistically, things have been changing. And now I've got people that live inside my house, blah, blah, blah.
You've got your. Wait. Wait, your house in Ukrainians.
No.
Who are you looking after?
Who
are you looking after?
I need someone to take this. Someone else.
Well, I actually think he's housing Russian defectors since he said that he loves Putin so much.
Hey, sorry? I didn't say that.
All right, cool. Thank you very much for the contributions of. I think we found the shooters the first time you've been on Discord, so welcome and thank you very much. Ed, Andre, and Sally, thank you very much. We're gonna push on now.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right.
That was very interesting. Man.
It back to basically hand them a defamation lawsuit.
Oh, so he hasn't dropped it.
No, he's amped it up.
Okay.
And then people have now been reading the lawsuit, right? The papers, whatever. And he's named like YouTubers and whatnot. He's put like screen grabs of them when it is that they're talking about him and defaming him.
Well, I see someone do that because I think he's put Kai Cenat in there or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, but again, he's just making himself look bad because there was time. It's like he was telling Kai Cenat to stay on stream.
Yes. But
So
only to ridicule Kendrick as opposed to him. He didn't want that.
So that you can't be using these streamers to think, and then when they talk about the other side, you want to put them in that.
Precisely.
Yeah, it's going bad. It's going bad over there, man. In the OVO sweatshop, it's not looking good. It's not looking good. The route that he went to go down there, like, I mean, if there was something substantial there, and even though people was gonna say, even though like, see, people are gonna say all types of things, and it doesn't look good, but if there was something actual there that you had grounds on, like of real wrongdoing, and you win the case, then that would be the only way to justify your behavior. You get me? But if you don't win it, then it's just it's worse than everybody's even saying. And then when you're putting all this stuff out, the information and the stuff that you're using to fight your corner, doesn't sound right. Like, it doesn't make sense. You know what I'm trying to say? That. So it's like the same things that you was doing, you're moaning now because people were doing them against you and all that. Like, it just doesn't seem fair or right. And no normal people's gonna endorse this. Like, I mean, like the Drake stands might find a way to make it sound right, but no normal people's gonna endorse this kind of behavior. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, it's actually crazy. Like, that can't be really what you're going off. Like, this can't really be what you're saying. So it's okay for you to hit up the streamers and tell them and make them play your songs and review your songs. But lo and behold, they review the replies and stuff like that. So like, you're trying to get a monopoly on the game. You're showing your hand here. Like, this doesn't make sense.
I don't think it's against the streamers. He's just kind of highlighting how far it went.
Yeah, but you used them as well, though.
Yeah, but it's defamation. The claim is defamation.
So it's not the fact that he used the streamers; it's the fact that the streamers are saying these things, which is defamation of character.
No, not just saying these things, because he's aware that plenty of people were saying it, but the amplification that happened off the back of it from these massive streamers, it has done me damage.
It don't look. It's all yucky, man.
So this is my question. Does it matter if he wins or loses the flipping case?
What now?
Yes.
I don't know, man.
Because you said just now, please correct me if I'm wrong, he has to now win this. Because if he doesn't, and there's validity to whatever he's claiming, if he doesn't get that, then, boy, you're going to look crazy. But I'm thinking,
he's already looking. Yeah, because he's already looking crazy.
Does it even matter if he wins? I don't think it matters if he wins.
It's just like the more you look under the hood and the more you get into it, and the more you get into the bones of it, you're right. It probably doesn't matter. I was probably speaking from like the initial reaction because there's a lot of people that were onto him saying, "No, this ain't hip hop. This ain't that. This ain't this. This ain't that." But it's like the initial fight that I heard from the first time he's gone into it. It's like, nah, as a musician, like, there's something there. Like, you're saying it's not hip hop, but he's going against the machine. And if he can prove the wrongdoing that he's saying and he actually wins it, he'll have a leg to stand on to make whatever argument he's making. There's going to be people that feel how they feel anyway, and they're never going to be on board with what you're doing. But at least you got a leg to stand on to make your argument. Like, if there was real wrongdoing here and you've proved it and you found them out and you've been proved right in it. But it's like the longer it's going on, the more it's going on with this Kai Cenat stuff, and the more it's happening, it's just looking disgusting. It's just looking yucky. And speaking to your point, it might not matter whether you win or lose or not, because it's already crazy. It's already crazy to me. Like, I don't know. I just saw that stuff this morning, but it's like when you're hearing like, oh, man's put Kai Cenat in, it's like, Kai Cenat? Like, you know what I'm saying? What do you say fuck me for? Like, he ain't done nothing. Like, he's been cooking these past couple of 12 months. Like, we like Kai, man. Like, what are you trying to, what are you doing over there? Like, you're moving mad. And even if you do win, you still moved mad. You get me? And it's just not really a good look. So
it's my follow-on question. Should there now be a concerted effort to make sure that Drake doesn't have as successful a career after this? Because if I ask you the question, would you listen to Drake's music, provided, however, this particular case falls? Would you continue to listen to his music?
Yeah, because I still listen to his old music.
Yeah.
And if he makes new music that's good,
Mm-hmm.
I'll listen to that too.
Okay, cool. I do believe that there are going to be rappers who are going to use this as
a way to fully get him out of it.
Yeah.
Well, it's half the balls already started rolling. That there's a lot of people that don't really rock with Drake no more. There's a lot of things that he does that it's like that Meek Mill effect. Like when there's stuff. I remember after Meek Mill got into it with Drake, there was a couple of rhythms that Meek dropped that I know were cold because I played them. I had them on my list and that, but people just weren't rocking with it. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And even since this, Drake's got a couple of new tunes that he dropped. That one with 21 and Fug. And he's had a couple in that, is it the 100 Gigs thing or whatever? As a Drake fan, there's a couple of songs in there that I think personally are good. Not even like decent. I think they're good. I think they're dope tracks. You get me? But it's like, no, I don't really care. Like, so I don't know what kind of music he's gonna have to make. You get me? He might be on a decline. He's been on a crazy run anyway. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like realistically, logically, when you think there's only so long, you get me? It gets to the point when you're going to need something new and something refreshing, and somebody else is going to have to come and take up the mantle to give us all our bangers. You get me? I don't know who that person is. You get me? It might be someone new that we ain't heard yet or whatever, but someone else is going to have to take up the mantle. And it's like, he had a good run. It's come towards the end of it. So I don't really know, even regardless, just with the way that the beef's gone, with the way that he's handled himself after the fact, you get me? His music might never be received the same way. Anyway, just you get me? Just because that is what it is. But me personally, yeah, if he makes good music, I'm there for it. I'm there for it. But he's not doing his legacy any favors, is he?
It doesn't look like it because I don't know what the end of this tunnel looks like.
What the goal is.
I don't know. I don't know. And I'm trying to devil's advocate this thing because I'm wondering what's going through your mind right now. You know how you're able to basically see what's going through Trump's mind? Just really. I'm trying to put myself there. I want that special powers. Like, what are you doing? Because you've pulled this back, and for the brief hours in which it is he had pulled it back, everybody was online saying, haha, all you Drake stars, look, you were there saying he was doing something for the small boys coming up, right? And now he's basically just rescinded it. Only to say, no, I'm making it serious. And here's all the 82, 83 pages of evidence. So something is happening that we don't know about, I'm presuming here.
He could just be losing his mind.
I think.
It could be. You're saying something's going on that we don't know. Okay, cool, granted. He could just be losing it, man.
If in Discovery we find out, I'm just throwing this in here, we find out that UMG deliberately went to basically get bots to push certain things, right? Mm-hmm. Now, I know people say that that's what they do for their artists anyway, but if you are their top artist and my success is intrinsically linked to your success, you're not supposed to be doing that, especially when I have placed this particular moniker, pedophile, as the most vicious thing that has happened in between this, right? And you've pushed it so much so that everywhere I go now, they're not calling me Drake. They're not calling me Drake, right? And they have little jingles in their head that came from Kendrick that they basically just, spouting to me. I'm always going to live with this. So if I'm always going to live with this, I need to get me some. If I'm going to tap out, you're going to run me as much money as I can get from you before I basically say I'm retiring. Do you understand?
Mm.
And I'm thinking maybe that's it. It's
You're
just
saying like culturally, I know I'm done, but you ain't getting away with this shit.
This is what I'm thinking is could be. It could be.
Maybe just the last hoorah, scorched earth for me to take anyone who I can with me. Maybe that's the thinking. Because you know what, there's logic there. Because I think he knows culturally he's done. It's like his cultural capital is spent. You know what I'm trying to say? And he's not going to be seen the same way he's been seen. He was the boy. You know what I mean? Like, he's never going to be seen the same way again. You get me? And it's not about music and all that. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, it's not about all these things. I think people are just done with him because, like I said, even with anything, you're going to need a replacement. You always need someone that's hot. And they're prepared to get Drake out of here. But, like, Kendrick ain't replacing him. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, Kendrick ain't going to provide us with 10 summers of hot tracks. Like that's just not his story. Obviously, they get the substance and get the music, and whoever likes him, cool. But it's not going to be a direct replacement. We're still going to need someone to fill the void. So the person we're getting you out of here for is not even the person that's going to fill the void. So it's not about all of that. Like
they're making a stand. Like I know what we're giving up.
Yeah, it's not about all of that. They're making a stand. This is their stance. It's not about all of that. Fuck you. You need to be done. Do you get what I'm saying? And I think he understands that. I don't think if he was thinking, let me do the Trump stuff and all that. If he was thinking that he had the powers to get back to where he needed to go, I don't think this is the stance that he would take. This is the route he would want to go down. He'd rather wait it out, power through, let me drop some hits, show them who I really am. Boom, bam, bim. You get what I'm trying to say? But I think he's done the maths. And it's like, all right, cool, I'm screwed.
And he doesn't believe that Trump is going to be successful with his annexation of Canada. So Canada's not going to become America.
I don't think so.
Seems like, what do I have to lose? What do I have to lose now? Rub me my money.
Maybe that's it. Run me my money. For him to go through, he must have grounds. He's got a lot of money. He would have professionals around him. He's in the war room making his plans. And obviously everybody thinks they're right to a certain extent. But for him to go through this, he must genuinely believe in his heart that I can do this. Like there's something there, innit? And again, it ain't going to appease nobody else apart from him and his coffers, innit? So it's like, all right, cool. I'd rather cry in a Bentley kind of thing, innit? Like, if they're going to get me out of here, let them get me out of here. But it's like Denzel Washington, I'm taking something with me. Like, I'm leaving here with something. Maybe that's it.
We'll see.
It's crazy, though.
Sorry.
You pressed it.
Yeah, hold up.
Is someone on the stage?
Good morning. We ain't heard of you in a while.
Who's that?
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
New Year.
Who's that?
Ramsey.
Ah, Rambo.
What's going on? You look good?
Yeah, man.
You've been. How are you?
Yeah,
been,
man.
Just glazing, Kendrick.
Yeah. Do you know what's mad? You want to start like that? Your boy's fucked, innit? He's fucking down. You know what? I ain't gonna say nothing to you as well. Your boy's down fucking bad, bro. L after L after L. What the fuck are we talking about? Your boy's down bad. Man said defamation, man. Man said, nah, he's calling me names. That's not true. That's crazy, bro.
Nah, you're right, man. You're right. It's not a good look. I just said it. It's not a good look at all, man.
Defamation in itself, yeah, is very, very difficult to prove, right? That's why most celebrities that do it, they can't really make it back. And it'll be interesting to see how this goes. And like you lot brought up, he brought up Kai Cenat, and I think other people are going to be named as well. But there's other little excerpts from the defamation which I found quite interesting. One of them saying, I think it's like furthering the record's refrain that Drake is, quote, not like us. The recording alludes to Drake's Jewish heritage, saying that Drake is, quote, not a colleague, but, quote, a fucking colonizer. It's just nuts. He's moving mad, bro. All of this is just, it's nasty work. You've been defaming people and talking shit about people for a while. And also, another little tidbit.
If he is actually part Jewish, sorry to cut you though, if he is actually part Jewish, yeah.
I said if.
He is part Jewish. His mum's Jewish.
Okay, cool. So why are you mad at him for pulling Jewish strings?
I never said that.
They shooting.
I never said anything about it. I thought it was interesting.
Okay. Now it is interesting. But you know, when in Rome, innit?
When in Israel,
I don't know about that.
If I had Jewish connects, I'd use them.
I don't know about all that.
It's hypothetical.
He's all of this is just nasty work on his side.
Nah, it is still. It is.
I think no, fuck it. I believe the outcome from the beef now, after what he has done, has only amplified the loss. Does that make sense? So if you just took the L and moved on, it is the way it is. You had a rap battle, you can move on. Now he's muddied the water, and I don't. Go ahead.
That's it. Unless he stayed silent, and I mean silent for a whole year. Like after you've got everyone dancing to "Certified Lover Boy," "Certified You Know What," yeah, and everyone's dancing to it, not like rapid dancing, but it's over. Like if there was nothing he could have said, what would have done, what would have brought it back. With the lawsuit though, if I'm the reason you like, in terms of his music label, like, if I'm the reason you've made billions of thingy, and then now you promoting the next guy, of course I'm gonna sue you. Like fuck you.
Yeah, but
Like, you
obviously
man.
he knows that they're doing that by nefarious means, because in his mind, obviously Ramsey don't agree with this, but I'm sure by this point we all realize that Family Matters is the best song in the diss track. Like it's the best song.
I'm on the Drake side, but it's like
he didn't believe me.
No, it's definitely the best song in it. So in his mind, he's saying, "How the hell is this doing this? When I got this shit's fire. This is John Blaze. Like, what are they doing?" So he's saying something illegal has to be taking place because this ain't making no goddamn sense. That's what he's saying, isn't it? That's why he's going crazy in his yard. He's saying, are these people bonkers? And Family Matters is definitely the best song in this. I'm sorry, guys.
I mean, you know, I don't know what the best one is, but I mean, maybe he's doing that. I'm assuming what he's doing is, yo, this is what I do. That I control the media and I control the narrative, and I get if I want to delete an artist, I get them gone. And now man, I try doing it to me when I've made you billions. Nah, it's not happening. Like, was it Brent saying earlier? Like, yo, one's coming down, I'm bringing you down with me, bro.
It's nasty though. I don't know how I don't think he bounces back from it, to be honest with you. Like it's just going to be the slow decline of Drizzy.
He needs to do a 6ix9ine flex. Go South America. Start making some Latino music and that. Somewhere where they don't speak no English, and he'll be all right.
All right. Thank you very much, Ramsey. And we are the shooter. Oh, we found the shooter. Sorry. How do you get your profile picture to move like that, like a GIF?
Oh, it's I used to have a Nitro, and then if you go onto your sorry about that. Go on your profile settings, stuff you can do through there. But if you've got Nitro, it opens up a lot of like little animation things and stuff like that.
All right, thank you. Good morning, Eddie. Happy New Year, bro.
Thanks, you too.
You want to say a little shout out to Stacy and Esther before you go?
Yes. Good morning, Stacy and Esther.
Come on.
You both are the best.
Come on. All right. Thank you very much, Eddie. You are the best.
My pleasure.
Are the best.
Thanks.
All right. I think I pressed it already. Headlines, man.
Okay. 1 second. All right, people. So our first set of headlines. The UK government has reversed its decision to repeal the Higher Education Freedom of Speech Act 2023, opting instead to implement parts of the legislation. Education Secretary Bridget Phillipson initially paused the act, intending to repeal it due to concerns that it could be used to platform extremists. However, she now argues that academic freedom outweighs concerns about student offence, and certain provisions will come into force shortly. The government will implement duties on universities to promote free speech, ban non-disclosure agreements for misconduct, and also give the Office for Students new advisory powers. The plan to grant the Office for Students the power to fine institutions has been dropped, and an external complaint scheme will be established. Next headline, and Sir Keir Starmer pledged to explore all options to prevent the former Troubles attorney, Gerry Adams, from receiving compensation following a court ruling that deemed parts of the Legacy Act incompatible with human rights. So the Legacy Act, intended to address the Northern Ireland conflict's legacy, initially blocked compensation claims for those interned without trial. This included Gerry Adams. However, a Belfast High Court decision overturned parts of the Act, leading to the potential for Adams and others to receive taxpayer funds. Labour, while initiating the repeal of the Legacy Act, aims to replace it with a framework that prevents such payouts, acknowledging the previous Act's flaws and the lack of support in Northern Ireland. Adams criticised the government's action, accusing them of evading their legal and human rights responsibilities, while the government maintains that the previous Act was widely opposed and contained provisions granting immunity to terrorists. And the last headline, Germany's cabinet approved authorising the army to shoot down drones near military sites and critical infrastructure due to increased drone activity, particularly since the start of the war in Ukraine. This decision comes amid concerns about potential espionage, sabotage, and attacks on Western countries suspected to be linked to Russia, which denies involvement. Currently, the German army can only warn drones away. The new proposal, pending parliamentary approval, allows for shoot-downs if deemed necessary to protect lives or critical facilities. And that's it for the headlines. Time to pay them bills.
All right, what are you doing today? People's Journal?
Yeah, brief. All right, people, welcome to the People's Journal, where I give you the news from an economics point of view. There isn't much to talk about, to be fair. The first thing I wanted to mention is, are you a fan of Starbucks?
Not particularly.
Okay, yeah, you don't strike me as somebody that just chills in Starbucks.
Nah.
Not at all.
It's not a thing.
Brent, definitely not you as well, yeah?
No, I don't drink coffee.
Well, you know the drink, they have other stuff in it.
I don't go to Starbucks.
Anyway, long story short, obviously we know a lot of people do, but Starbucks is apparently reversing the rules for its cafes. Obviously, this is starting in America, like most things, but it may come over to the UK. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? But basically, they're saying that people are only allowed to use their facilities if they bought something. So if you ain't bought nothing, you can't be sitting in there just chilling, taking up space and using their Wi-Fi.
Ain't that how it works anyway?
No, but they've allowed people to just do that though.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. So these changes are going to be coming into force from the 27th of January, and they are a U-turn from a policy introduced 6 years ago that allowed people to linger in the outlet and use their toilets and all that sort of stuff without making a single purchase. But that move is part of the Back to Starbucks strategy, which is a plan announced by the firm's new boss. Obviously, he's trying to get rid of the people who are just wasting time. And he also wants to tackle flagging sales. Next thing is there's been a jump in energy and food prices in America. On average, prices in December were up 2.9% compared to the year earlier, up from 2.7% in November as well. This is what the Labour Department, they said. Energy prices accounted for more than 40% of the rise in inflation last month. It also showed that egg prices shot up more than 36% compared with 2023. So it could be down to the bird flu. It could be down to the influx of Ghanaians. It could be, you know what I'm saying? It could be a bunch of different things. But that's what's happening in America at the moment.
Wouldn't it just be cheaper to just buy chickens?
Boy, maybe.
You should get chickens, bro.
The food.
Sorry, what did you just say was responsible for the influx of Ghanaians? Eggs?
The price eggs has gone up 36%.
This is how you just. This is crazy. This is why when I don't pay attention.
That's what happens. That's why you need to be involved, Brent. And that's pretty much it. The last thing really is that the UK economy has just about returned to growth in November after 2 months of contraction. Obviously, last time we spoke about this, how since Labour's taken place, it just seems like things have just contracted and things have just kind of got worse gradually. But first time, a bit of growth. It grew by only 0.1%, but that's still something, right, compared to the previous month. It was expected to grow by 0.2%, but still, slow growth is better than no growth, innit? So that's pretty much it for the People's Journal.
All right, let's straight to headlines?
Yeah.
Last headlines. Let's go.
Get hungry.
All right, people. So the UK COVID inquiry has heard testimonies from families affected by adverse reactions to COVID-19 vaccines, highlighting feelings of neglect and inadequate support. Concerns were raised about the vaccine rollout speed, potentially prioritizing speed over safety, and the inadequacy of the government's vaccine damage payment schemes. Witnesses described significant physical and emotional suffering, including cases of severe disability and death, emphasizing the need for improved support and communication. And the inquiry also heard concerns about delays in vaccine access, unclear about public guidance, and also the dosage interval between the vaccine doses as well, innit? So that's basically what's going on at the moment.
You're on the start of the vaccine stuff again.
But it's not me, I'm just relaying the information, you know. Next headline is a report by MPs urges the UK government to legally entitle parents to paid bereavement leave following a miscarriage. Currently only available after 24 weeks of pregnancy. But if you've got a miscarriage, you know, God forbid, before that, basically MPs are basically saying, look, we should allow parents to actually, you know, grieve at home and stuff. So this proposal aims to amend the upcoming Employment Rights Bill, extending paid leave to all pregnancy losses. This includes ectopic pregnancies, molar pregnancies, IVF, embryo transfer losses, all of those things. Basically, yeah. The report highlights that many women are forced to use sick leave, which is inadequate and financially disadvantageous, and the lack of appropriate leave compounds the psychological and physical impact of pregnancy loss as well. So supporters argue that providing paid bereavement leave would offer crucial support to grieving parents and also prevent the added stress of immediate work return, improving both physical and mental well-being. So we'll see what happens with that. And our last headline, Sven-Goran Eriksson, man. It's come out that he, obviously, you guys know he passed away last August at the age of 76, but it's come out that he died with debts of almost £4 million, despite having assets worth £4.8 million.
That's the way you do it, man.
A significant portion of his debt, 7.25 million, was owed to HMRC. So yeah, man, obviously he's previously, well, it's not obvious, but apparently he has previously admitted to being careless with his finances. And he had pursued legal action against his financial advisor back in 2013 after losing £10 million in failed investments.
Goddamn.
Yes.
I feel like if you can maintain your debt over the course of your life, also while managing to add to the debt to grow it, so you're benefiting from it, and then you die.
Yep.
Win-win.
There you go.
No. Or does the debt pass down to your family and stuff?
If you got the right insurance in place, that debt will get paid off by your insurance.
That's the game, man.
And your people will keep the asset. That's what the rich do.
You ain't got to worry about it unless they catch up with you. But if you can maintain it, you can cut through.
There you go. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
So this is why I don't get involved in the people's journal, give you lot financial advice. You get me? Let's get into the reaction, man. They were there. Why did you delete them?
Oh, they were old, you know.
Was that the day before?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
There they
Well, welcome to the reaction, people, where I read out the sports headlines. Obviously, there's Premier League action yesterday. Still heating up at the top of the table. Arsenal beat Tottenham 2-1. So North London's still red. Well and truly red. Palace beat Leicester 2-0. Leicester at home as well. So Nistelrooy still struggling over there. Newcastle beat Wolverhampton 3-0. They are well and truly firing. They are going to be climbing up the table.
Flying, man.
Towards the end of the season. I don't see them stopping. And Everton beat Villa. No, sorry, Villa beat Everton 1-0. The only game that I actually did watch was the derby. It wasn't a particularly good game. Arsenal took the lead. No, Spurs took the lead against the run of play. They was under pressure. Couldn't play out at all. That just couldn't get nothing going. And then, yeah, so they was lucky to be in front because Arsenal was really pressuring them. Just relentless. And then they equalised. Was it they equalised for a goal that shouldn't have been theirs because it wasn't a corner. But obviously Arsenal fans don't care. They only care when the results go against them. You get what I'm trying to say? But it definitely wasn't a corner. But they equalised. Duly so, I was watching the game, I was thinking, I don't know whether Spurs make it to the half drawing. And they didn't. Trossard with a fine finish as well. So they went in there 2-1. And tried to change it up at the half. He took off Sarr and Basuma, which I thought was worrying because it's like, how are you not going to have no legs in that midfield and you can't even do anything anyway? And he brought on Maddison and Brennan Johnson. They came on. I think they had a midfield three. Would it have been Kovaleski, Maddison, and Bergvall? And I was thinking, that ain't going to end well. But surprisingly enough, they created a bit more with that midfield. They got on the ball a bit more. But Arsenal just a tough team to play against. Whether you like the look of it or not, they're just a tough team to play against. You get me? There's not many teams in the league that's going to be able to actually bop them off the pitch. There's not many teams that's going to be able to bop them off the pitch and outplay them like that. And physically, they're just a beast. And just the way that they go about their business, just pressing and with the set pieces and going for the corners, it's just relentless. You get me? And you look at it and you think, when they get going, they get in their mode and they start doing that and really just start pressing and getting the corners and getting the free kicks and the way they set up their set pieces. You do look at it and think, I don't think this team's going to make it out of it alive. How are you going to stop them? It was everybody. That's why everybody was up in arms because United managed to stop them. You get me? But it was relentless. You get me? You got to be a proper good team to do that, and Spurs clearly weren't good enough. But yeah, it was an alright game. Arsenal fans, you lot kill me though. You lot are funny because I've seen the talk now that Lewis Skelly is the best left back in the world or in the club even, and he's going to be future England left back for decades to come and these things and like. These are just hilarious. And like the kid looks like where are he playing on Sunday? Like where was he then? And it's just like I don't know. Because I swear he's not even a left back. Ain't he like a centre midfield or something? It's just like having Saka, like just playing, just filling the gaps in the team, just getting in there. But it's like, you know what? I hope you don't keep making the noise and loud. Hopefully Arsenal listen and they just keep him and make him be a left back going forward. Get rid of Zinchenko and that, and just keep Lewis Skelly there. And he's got to be cool. But obviously, he looks like a little decent player. He hasn't done anything. Because obviously, he's not actually a left back anyway. And I suppose maybe the way that he plays suits Arsenal because you don't really want flying on left backs like that. You want like 4 centre backs. You want centre backs playing full back so they can tuck in, play narrow, just win the ball, pass it off inside, look neat and decent. I suppose it suits your purpose. But the whole best left back thing, that's massive England's left back for decades. And you've seen someone called Lewis Hall play. You are nuts. It's funny though. It's just the way you don't move. But I saved some tweets because I want to see. I know it might take a while before you don't turn against him, but you will, because you always do. And I'm just gonna bring them back and be like, "Weren't this you?" So that's what I'm waiting for. But it just made me laugh just seeing it. How did you feel about yesterday's game?
I'm glad that we won. We should have been 5. It should have finished 5-0.
I thought he was going to put 4 or 5 past them, to be totally honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, it's just glaring at this point, which is good. I like that it's glaring because it should show the management, the board, the owners, what it is that we need in order to basically even finish in the top 4. If they're still interested in challenging...
They only got Porro in their back line, you know. They got a right back playing left back. They got an 18-year-old centre mid playing centre back. And third choice centre back there. So I don't know what it's really going to show the ball that you can beat a really weak Tottenham team. What does it show?
No, that we couldn't score. We don't want.
Oh, I get you. I get what you're saying. Sorry, I thought
it's
it was
glaring.
the other way.
It's glaring what we need.
Oh, okay.
So I like the fact that it's glaring.
Yeah.
Because of what you just said.
Yeah. No, I thought we said the wrong way. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm with you now.
And the amount of times the keeper was there playing, and still couldn't basically, capitalize on that.
Yeah.
So I like that game we won, but I also like the fact that you saw how much it is we need reinforcements. Yeah, I don't know what the whole 4 centre-back thing that you just said. And it's interesting how you frame your opinion on Arsenal fans based on a couple of comments that you see from people who you think are Arsenal fans online.
Oh, no, they're not Arsenal fans.
I don't know whose tweets you've saved. I don't know.
I've seen a lot. It's like, you know what it is? Obviously, like, I know you don't like the generalizations and all this stuff like that, but it's like, it just feels like it's the consensus.
That Lewis Skelly is the best left back in the world?
Not in the world, but definitely at the club. Definitely at your club.
Who have we got at left back right now?
Who can play left back there? Zinchenko can play left back. Tierney can play left back. Timber can play left back. But
Timber's not a left back.
No, but I said he can play there.
So
they're all better than him.
So based on what we have seen as Arsenal fans, Lewis Skelly is doing more for us in that particular position.
Do you think he's the best left back at your club?
Calafiori, I can't really rate. I haven't seen too much of him as yet. I mean, he keeps getting injured, right? In that position, I think I've seen him do the best in that position.
So why are you arguing with me?
And he's not a left back.
So why are you arguing with me then?
You said that Arsenal fans think that he's the best left back in the world.
Okay, if not the world, at the club, and he's going to be England and England's and he could be England's left back. Okay, do you believe he could be England? Do you believe he'll be England's left back for decades?
I don't know.
I'm just checking.
I don't know. But is that the tweet that you've saved?
Yeah, I've seen a few. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Like, you get me? Again, there's nothing wrong with you supporting the kids. Like we all do it. I think it's like there's a lot of us. I think
he has a lot of promise, to be honest.
With he was
fearless.
With City being so good and
good in the
even
ball.
though Liverpool only won one title, they've been dominant for the last years. I think a lot of the other teams, say like United, Arsenal do it, Chelsea do it, Spurs if they get a chance, because we haven't been involved in the big cups, we ain't been winning yet. We got to cling on to whatever we can get. So when we get a youth player that's cold, we treat that like a trophy and we champion them and we move like they're the best thing since sliced bread. You know what I'm trying to say? The Chelsea fans do that with Lewis Colville or all that. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Now they want him out of the club. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because it just don't never last. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, everybody's guilty of doing what you lot do. Don't get me wrong. You get me? I'm just highlighting that that's what you're doing. And you don't realize it, and it's fine. It could be decent. It could be whatever you want. But I'm gonna come back and say, this you...
Who? To who? To
all of you lot.
To the tweets that you've saved?
No, to all of you.
What? How do you... Is that really how you move? When
Yeah.
you have the mic in front of you?
Yes.
You're speaking to people who aren't in the room?
Yes.
Fair.
Speaking to everybody.
It won't be everybody. Because
Bro.
they'll be like, who's doing that? Who's talking to you?
They're all going to have
amnesia.
amnesia. They're all good. Everybody's going to get amnesia.
Yeah, but, all right. Obviously, they're gonna have amnesia because they never knew that you were flipping talking to them in the first place.
Oh, I just say it like I said, we're all guilty of it. You get me? We've got to cling on to what we can.
I don't know. You could speak for yourself. I'm not guilty of that.
You just said he's the best left back in your club.
See, I know I do that sometimes. I basically amplify the thought and add a little sprinkle. That's what you just did. So I'm not going to be mad at that because I do it all the time. But when I do it, people are like, Marcus the Facetta, Marcus the Facetta. But nobody comes to defend it for me when you say stuff like that.
Emerson's great talent. We wanted to play in midfield. This is the consensus. Carafori has yet to show potential. Marcus, a United fan, has no right to say this. United glaze every young player. I just said we all do it. We all do it. Look, we was talking about Garnacho. He might be going Napoli right now. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, we all do it. We're all guilty of it. But I mean, if you let's just be fair to me. Lewis MLS, I think is what we call him now. Is MLS?
Is that what we call him? Is that just acronyms of his name?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is MLS the best left back at your club? You could just tell me. You take it. Obviously.
All right. So you're asking the chat right now, right?
Yeah, I'm just looking to the
All
chat.
right.
I just want to see. I'll look back in a couple of minutes and just see a few responses.
All right.
I don't feel like I'm making this stuff up.
No, brother. I'm just responding to what you said. I said.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. Because I'm in the room with you.
Yeah, but Arsenal are a good team, man. Arsenal are a good team, man.
You think the challenge is back on?
I didn't think it was off. I was in there last week telling you that you should be. You said you don't want to put the expectations on the players, and I'm saying, are you crazy? You should be adamant that you're going to go and win this league. The gap was small, and you are better than them, and there's so much more football to play. I was adamant that you should win this. I genuinely believe if you are who you've been saying you are, you should win this bloody league, bro.
Do you think we can win the league without getting any attackers in?
I think you're going to need to get some attackers in now because I think you could have done it without Saka. Jesus not being there is a big one, and obviously Havertz ain't in the form that he was in before. Maybe if he gets an upturn in form, then you might be all right. But I think you definitely need another attacker, or it's going to be really difficult.
So what's the question I asked you?
Can you win the league without bringing someone in? And I said no. I think you need another attacker. It's going to be really different.
Good morning, Femster.
She got to go.
Huh? Good morning, Femster.
Hey, morning. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can now.
Yeah. No, just talking about that. What I was talking about the online stuff. You know what? Yeah, I've even started coming off Twitter a little bit because there's just some outrageous stuff going on online. I don't know if it's for viewers, for engagement, but there's a lot of stuff that you see that you'll think. Even us as Arsenal fans will think that you're exaggerating a little bit. Do you understand? But it's all right to say, look, the kid had a good game yesterday. He's been playing well. He's just turned 18, not a few months ago. It's not like he's 18 going on 19. He was a central midfielder who had a lot of hype since he was 15. And last season, on the 21 levels, they started playing him at left back, and everyone was wondering why are they playing him at left back? Only to see now why they started doing it, because they had a plan for him. And I'm not going to lie, since he's come in, he's not put a foot wrong. When you're saying, is he the best left back in the club? Like, you just have to analyse it as on form right now. Okay, we bought Calafiori to be left back. The guy can't even string 3 games together, and he's injured. how do you even judge him as a left back?
You
Then
can't.
you talk about.
Sorry to cut you, man, but that whole on-form thing is
Yeah.
crazy. Form's temporary, class is permanent. Zinchenko is there at one point. If you're talking
Yeah,
about
but
form,
Zinchenko-
yeah, but if you're talking about, if we could go talk about form peaks and dips. So let me pick his best form. In his best form, you're telling me Zinchenko's the best left back in the league. You get what I'm trying to say? And Kieran
Zinchenko hasn't had his
Turney.
best form.
And Kieran Turney when you got
Kieran
no, I'm just
Turney-
picking from their best forms. From their best forms, Zinchenko and Turney was the best left back in the league. Timber can play left back and he's dope, and you just bought all that money on Calafiori. So if you're telling me that MLS is the best left back at your club, this is your Uzok's problem. It's bonkers. You don't talk about form because he's playing good for a couple of games. That doesn't mean nothing.
Yeah, but they're not playing well. They're not playing well, though.
So he's playing all right at the minute. They're not even in the team, so he's in the team and he's playing decent. But to say he's the best left back, that's definitive.
Okay, but the problem is he plays Zinchenko for 2-3 games, he's injured for a month. You play Turney for 2-3 games, he's injured for a month. What's the point? There's no point. You play Zinchenko, he'll have 175 good minutes, and then for the last 15 minutes, he's just got runners running all over him and picking. Like, what do you do as a manager? Do you just keep trusting him over and over and over again?
So he's better than Tomiyasu.
Tomiyasu's never played. He's injured all the time.
Okay, but what about when he was playing?
You can't jump. You can't play these players because.
Okay, because the man's injured now. You want to talk about it, but I remember him playing. I know, obviously, you've got short-term memories. I remember him playing.
They just don't play.
I remember what you said about him when he was playing. I remember what you said about him when he was playing. Oh, okay, so they are better than him.
If they were fit, yeah, I'm not saying he's better than them, but he's available and he's not put a foot wrong since he's been in. So now someone's going to have to take that position from him.
No one can argue that point. That he's been available and since he's been in, he put a foot wrong.
This is what I mean. He's available and he's not put a foot wrong. So that's what you can judge it by. Tierney is not available. These guys are never available, or they make stupid mistakes. Tierney, for example, doesn't fit what a left back Arteta wants. Do you understand what I mean? Arteta wants that. He wants Zinchenko. Arteta loves Zinchenko, but Zinchenko just he makes too many mistakes for Arteta to trust him anymore. So now he wants that inverted player who can play in central midfield and drop in and invert and all of that type of stuff, control the ball, keep the ball, ping passes around, which is what Miles is doing at the moment. Zinchenko can do that, but he's just so unreliable. Let me not even talk about his injury. His defensive abilities are a liability, and there's not one Arsenal fan who can even pretend that they're not. Like, Arsenal fans are scared when Zinchenko's name is on the team sheet. If Zinchenko's coming up against Salah, some fans just think, "Oh yeah, that's the end. It's over for that." You see what I mean? So it's just that. That's all we can go by. I'm not saying he's the best left back. And when it comes to the England thing as well, it's not even Arsenal fans that brought that up. It was England management that said they're going to fast track him into the England team. Arsenal never mentioned that, or Arsenal fan. It was England that started putting that in the ether, in the air.
When?
About 3 weeks ago, they started putting reports in that.
Tommy Tuchel said this.
No. But you know, when you see certain journalists, they have. You know, when you see 2 or 3 reports, we all know this from when you see 2 or 3 exact same reports from a journalist, you know that they've been briefed by someone, and that's how football works. We all know this.
You don't know he's not even a left back.
Yeah, but it's not. That's what I mean. But England, it was in the reports. It was them saying, "Oh, England have a problem at left back because there's not enough left backs in England."
It'd be hard for me to dispute that because I haven't.
They wanted to fast track him.
I've seen it from Arsenal fans. I haven't seen the England setup saying that they want him there. I don't think he's in front of Lewis Hall.
Well, Lewis Hall is brilliant. I'm not gonna. I mean, I'm not gonna have any arguments. Look, Miles is good. He played well yesterday. That's all I'm gonna say. For me, he's still a bit too conservative. I know that
Carl
he can.
Walker Peters.
Where's Carl Walker Peters play? I don't know. Is he not in the Championship right now? I don't understand.
I think he plays at Southampton. He's in the Prem. But I'm just saying, as a footballer, he's not better than him. As a fullback, let's have it right.
But he's not. But there's levels to this thing, man. These guys have been playing for time, and England have never looked at them. So why all of a sudden are they now going to look at them? The England have had a shortage of left backs. They've never looked at players like Carl Walker Peters. They've never looked at Tyreek Mitchell. They've never looked at none of these guys. So they just don't fancy them for some reason.
Okay, I mean, everybody's entitled to their opinion.
Do you know what it is? They're still looking at the elite clubs. That's the problem. If you play for Arsenal, you play for Chelsea, you play for United, you play for City, they'll consider you. You play for
enough.
Palace and Fulham and that, yes, you're not getting looking. And it's a shame because these guys are reliable. But personally, I don't want to see Miles Lewis-Skelly anywhere near that England team. Go rep Jamaica, please.
Well, you know that's not going to happen, though, don't you?
Oh yeah, we know that. Yeah, we know that. But even from a kind of just keeping him fit, keeping him like, you know, keeping his body, managing his minutes, I don't want him to go down to England route, because then you know what, he's gonna say, you know what, sign for England, gets more money for Arsenal, gets a bigger profile, and then will run his body to the ground like we did Sterling, like they did Saka. I want that boy to be kept clean.
Are you just gonna check if Rio mentioned it?
Yeah.
Why does that mean if Rio mentioned it?
If he's mentioned that he should be a look in for England.
Well, he mentioned it last night in an interview with Declan Rice.
Rio sat online and told you lot that was it the Ronaldo deal? Was it no? Wait, what did he do? Was it no the Saudis? He told us the Saudis was imminent to take over or cover to Qatar was imminent to take over Manchester United. It didn't happen. Rio sat in a car the other day with Anthony Elanga, yeah, and told you lot, yeah, that since Elanga's signed for Nottingham Forest, he's got more goal involvements than Mbappe, than Vinicius Junior, than all these. These are not true. Just because Rio said it, what does it mean? Like,
did you hear what Rio said last night, Mons?
No.
He said Arsenal should go and sign Benzema on loan.
Cool. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that might work for you. But I'm trying to say, I mean, you can show me Rio saying it. I'm not questioning whether Rio said it. Maybe he did say it. But the point I say that to say this: Rio talks a lot of shit. Like, Rio don't get it right. You get what I'm trying to say? So, if he said it, it probably might even speak more to my point. He could have been trolling. I don't know, but yeah. I hope he said it. Did he say it?
Hold on, Marks. Sorry, I just jumped in. What is your point?
Well, they were talking about that Arsenal fans love getting ahead of themselves and they're saying that Lewis Kelly is the best left back since sliced bread, and he's going to be England left back for decades and stuff like that. And then we was going back and forth about that, and then he brought up that Rio actually mentioned it on TV last night about Lewis Kelly playing for England and stuff like that. And then my reply to that is that Rio chat shit. So just because Rio said it, what does that mean?
Yeah, I hear it. I do agree. He shouldn't be touching that England squad anytime soon. And it hasn't been Arsenal's fans that have been saying this. It's been stuff in the media and the reports. You know what they're like, man. Everyone's looking for the next Ashley Cole. So, and there is an issue with the England left back. When you see one black youth playing for Arsenal, doing well at left back, these times he's not even a left back. He's actually a centre mid. And it's like, there's a solution to our problems. But yeah, I agree with you. Nowhere near the England squad. He's good. He's not the best, but he's doing the job for us right now. He's much more reliable than that Ukrainian done.
I don't think I had you on when it is that I was asking a question, Arteta in or Arteta out, but you sound like you're an Arsenal fan. What are your opinions on Arteta in, Arteta out, Mr. Miraculous Mary?
I missed your whole question. I need to go back to class. I'm going to carry on teaching.
Just quickly,
I'll respond in Arteta
out.
No, he knows this.
Arteta in. I'm in.
Goodbye.
I'm in as well. I didn't answer the other day, but yeah, I'm in as well.
What? Because the results are going Users' way, and now you're closer. No. When it was just 6 points and one game in hand the other day, and I'm saying that Users should go for the league. And I'm talking about I don't want to put that pressure on the players. I don't want to put the expectation on the players. Few results, drop points. Now all of a sudden, yeah, he's the man for the job. Oh, the title's still on. Man's asking me, so do you think it's still on? Do you think it's still on? You madman! Like, what the hell are we doing?
It's not in our hands at any point.
It's
in Liverpool's hands.
Yeah, okay, because they're leading. But is the title race?
Exactly.
Is it on? Is like, should you not? Okay, cool. The injury killed you lot. Say you add some firepower to the team in January. Do you not think you lot should be fighting for this title and giving Liverpool a run for their money? 83
Yes, if we add firepower, yes, because there's still a lot of hard away games for Liverpool to deal with. The only caveat I will say is we've got to go to Anfield, which it's daunting, but we haven't lost to a top 6 team, or the usual top 6 team in like 2.5 years, I want to say. So that is a little caveat on that, but we still got to go to Anfield. But I think if we can get through Villa and City this month, I'll be a bit more confident, I would say.
Do you find anything worrying about, what is it, like a 13, 14 point swing from between you and Liverpool from last year to now? You got finished like what, 7 points in front of them, and then now you're like 7 points behind them or whatever it may be.
I think to be fair, Liverpool were kind of similar to us last year, where they literally racked up a lot of injuries in a short space of time, especially after AFCON as well, when Salah came back injured, and they had to then start relying on a lot of young players, and then they just fell away basically. And funny enough, they fell away when their players started coming back. So I think we're kind of like that this season. So it's the injury that I can't predict where the goals are going to come from in this team. That's the biggest problems. And when you've got that issue, it's very hard to say you're going to win a league title if you don't score enough goals. But I guess this will actually might prove whether a defense or an attack wins the league, because Liverpool have the best attack. We probably have the best defense most of the time. So it might prove what wins the league, whether it's attack or defense, really.
Do you think that Spurs should get rid of their manager?
Ange? Nah, not right now. I think it's Spurs anyway. I don't know why their expectations are so high. I think they should give him the rest of the season, make him get his players back, man. When they was cooking, he was like you're saying, when he was the media darling and they was beating people and doing the playing their expansive stuff, everybody was happy. And now man's going for a rough patch. Like I'm not a throw the baby out with the bathwater kind of guy. There's a lot of injuries over there. You know what I'm trying to say? Like he's not playing with his best team, so I don't know why you would expect optimum performances. Let's just wait. And
Is that the same? Is that the same with Arsenal?
Huh?
If he isn't playing with his best players due to injury, you shouldn't expect optimum performances.
5 years and £700 million is not the same. Arteta's not in the same position as Ange.
Okay,
no, but I see what you're trying to do. But
Arteta
and Ange are not in the same position. They're not. You know what I'm trying to say? You have crowned this guy in his first job. You know what I mean? You are sitting on there telling me that he's better than Emery. You have crowned this guy as one of the best coaches in the world in his first job. If he is who he is and he's being supported, and you are a big club, you don't need to have something to fucking show for it. And if you don't care about that, you don't care about winning. I tell you all the time, it's a word I use all the time. If you don't have no ambition, yeah, that's on you lot. But the way you lot think and the way you lot feel and the way you lot are the reasons why you're in these problems, which is fine. If you're happy with mediocrity and all that kind of, and nearly doing it and being nearly men and stuff, that's fine. You know what I'm trying to say? Even us in this whole time when United's been meaty, we still have different expectations and delusions of grandeur. We want the best for ourselves at all times. We have too much ambition. Like, we know what it's like to win. We want to be winners. We want to be champions. We want to win things. We want better for ourselves. Our gaffer won the FA Cup and got sacked the next day. Your gaffer won the FA Cup, has been living off it for 5 years and ain't done nothing better. We're not the same, Brent. Like, we're not the same. But anyway,
the amount of angst that you have towards Arteta is weird for me, because you should
want
us to languish in mediocrity. That's what you should want.
That's not what I want. I want a good product from the Premier League. I want everybody to have the best manager and the best players.
Rubbish.
No, it's not. I enjoy football.
What did Declan Rice say?
Brent, what are your thoughts on Declan Rice's comments about the fans? I don't know what he said. What did he say? You men are idiots or something? What did he say?
Let's see.
No. I'll tell you what he said. He said, so he was talking about online fans versus fans in the stadium. So obviously, you guys must have seen the stuff about Kai Havertz on Saturday, and his wife, which is a little bit disgusting, some of the stuff that was sent to her.
Yeah.
No, but that's where I'm just giving a backstory for where it started from. So it started from...
Brent done it again. Who have you muted this time?
No, I haven't muted it.
I can't.
He just came in, and I haven't allowed him to speak yet. Let me just do some. Continue, Femster, please. Hello, good morning. Hello.
Yeah,
hello.
sorry, my bad, bro, my
That's
bad.
all right, it's cool.
Yeah, no, are you saying what Declan Rice said in terms of Gabby Jesus got injured, so we should get a new attacker?
I think the person said what he said about the fans. I don't know what comment.
Yeah,
that
that's
was
why I
talking
was
about.
giving a backstory.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Oh, was he cussing them for getting onto
Yeah.
Havertz's gal?
No, so that's why I was giving a backstory. So obviously, the Havertz stuff seems to have touched a nerve with the players and the manager, because if you heard Arteta speaking about it and saying it's absolutely unacceptable to be doing that, and I think those fans, well, I don't even call them football fans. I think it's a social media thing anyway, because it's crazy that people are allowed to do that stuff. But obviously, when Havertz came, his name was read out yesterday. He got a massive, massive cheer from the home fans. And what's interesting is then Declan Rice comes out in the interview and he mentioned that. He said, look at the cheer that he got tonight. It was so loud, which makes you realize that players actually pay attention to these types of things when you're, in the stadium, when you boo, all of that type of stuff, like what happened to Xerxes. Like you can see that players actually, all the players feel it as well. So then he, in passing, said that's the difference between real fans and fans online, basically. And I think, it just literally it seems to have touched the nerve in some fan bases.
Well, that's true, because a lot of you don't go to games and you just talk. And
Well, no, I go to every game, so I can't relate to that.
I go to games. I go to games.
I go to every game too.
A lot of you lot don't go to games, which is what the problem is, and they talk. And if you go to games, you will know that sentiments that people have online and on their sofa and in barbershop chat, is not really shared within the fan base. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, that's why a lot of people don't like people booing their own fans, because there's a lot of fans, like the away fans. Away fans are even more hardcore than the home fans. People that constantly go, like, there's levels to this fan thing. So that's what Declan Rice is talking about. That, like, the real fans are cheering Havertz.
Away and home fans. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if that's
away fans are hardcore. I'm not saying they're any better than the home fans, but away fans
don't move the goalposts.
I'm saying the away fans, the traveling fans. Remember, there's that the season ticket holders. Usually the same people all the time. Like the traveling fans, the ones who always go away to every single game, are hardcore.
Yeah, but what I would say to that, is obviously what those fans that DM'd Kai Havertz's girl, is they're bullshit. I don't even class them as fans. Fuck them. But to say that the people in the stadium are the only real fans, well, Arsenal doesn't have only 64,000 real fans.
Yeah.
The people online deserve as much as a voice as the people that go to games every week.
No, because it's not about every week. Some people's never made the effort. Even if even if you've been to one game in your life, like you try it. Some people's never made the effort. Some people
live in Australia, bro. Some people live in Australia, wake up at 4 a.m. to watch Arsenal.
I don't care what he's got to say about Arsenal, man. Listen.
Some people live in America and that, like, bro. That doesn't mean the reason why Arsenal is because
you want to hear this man talking about soccer. Listen. If you've been Arsenal, some people have been Arsenal fans for 30 years and they never even made the effort to go down to the stadium.
I'm an NBA fan. I watch every game of the Suns and that. I've never been to Phoenix. I don't care about that, but I'm still a fan.
Yeah, but if you go over there, you'll go watch a game. I watch NBA. Like how many
games have you gone?
I've never gone to any, but I'm not priced in
exactly.
Like that.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, but I change teams. I don't support a team. I support players. I support whoever Kyrie Irving plays for. I'm not invested like that. So I'm not a real NBA fan. Like if that's how you want to move or whatever. Like, so it's true. But like if I go to anywhere in America or Canada or whatever, there's an NBA game playing, I'll go and watch it. So I would make the effort.
Your point is legit, because as he said, there's only 60,000 seats in the Emirates, and
it's not the same people. It's not the same 60,000 in there every week.
There's a waiting list that
you don't need to be on a waiting list to get tickets.
Stop.
Bro, I'm on the ballot every week.
This is not a point we should be talking about. You said initially.
You don't go to games. I see where
I've
you're
been to
coming
5 in my life.
I'm just saying. I see where.
I've been to 5 in my life.
I see where this vim and energy is coming from. I see, but at least you've made the effort.
Anyway, let's get over this. It's not important. You initially said that the people who have these particular opinions aren't actual game-going fans, right? AFTV is built off of game-going fans, isn't it? Mm-hmm. And they are home and away, innit?
And they're real fans.
Yes, and that's the sentiments that they share is what?
It's Arsenal fans' sentiment. This is my point. They're real fans. This is how you sort of think. AFTV. This is why you've got the reputation that you've got.
All right, thank you.
You just want to try and turn against them. When it was all happy days, when it was all happy thing and AFTV and fan cams and it was cool. It was only when the results started going bad and then other people's fans started watching you, then you wanted to turn against these men in the stadium. Before you push these people into the position they're in.
Question.
Robbie,
what
and
do you
Troops,
think? What do you think of
and
AFTV?
Ty, and
all of the people on the panel. What do you think of AFTV? Like, what are your thoughts?
I'm just saying.
I think it's good, man. Robbie, get your coin. People only like talk about the bad stuff, but they don't see the positive, overly positive fans on there. I think they're just mad because it's just a black man getting his coin, and it's a perfect idea because win he gets P's, lose he gets P's, draw he gets P's. So I just think he should get his money, and good luck to him, man.
And is it Allo? Or is it Femster? Who just said that?
No, that was Allo that said that.
All right, sorry. Femster, what do you think of AFTV?
I agree with all of that. I think Robbie's done a really, really good job on AFTV. But what I will say is when you get people screaming at the top of their lungs and abusing players, I don't think that's right. And I think that encourages some certain crazy behavior. Like if you go on Twitter Spaces, for example, the irrational behavior on Twitter Spaces is absolutely crazy to me. I've never.
I'm in there. And that's not, those people have never been on AFTV. This is the sentiment of the fan base, and they're in there for hours, and there's multiple of them talking, saying things, Brent.
Things.
They're saying stuff.
The Arsenal Twitter Spaces are insane. Like the kind of behavior, the language, the aggressiveness. But I just don't know if that's what football fans are now, or if that's what. But maybe that's what football fans have always been. But back in the day, they used to take it to the streets and just go and fight in mobs and stuff. Now they just take it online and vent and shout at each other. Like I don't know.
Think so.
But
I
then
think
there's
the birth of social media and growth of social media has forced people to consume so much negative content. And if they finished a particular game and they didn't feel away, once they've watched a few videos, they don't feel away, right?
Yeah, but these guys are going straight on there without watching any AFTV. Like Miles has said, they haven't watched AFTV. This is just feelings that they have pent up in themselves, and they've
already been primed,
shouting at the top of their lungs on Twitter Spaces.
They've
like
already been primed. I mean, you can even see like in game when it is that you're watching Twitter when the game's going on, and a player does something like wrong. For example, Sterling was getting cooked yesterday, right? Now I could see that he was holding up play. Right, he was slowing it down like immeasurably. It was crazy, right? And I know online he's getting cooked because every Arsenal fan is anxious right now. We're on the edge of our seat, right? If Saka is there, he's not doing that. If Martinelli's there, quote unquote, he's not doing that. But they forget. But each time Martinelli's on, there's no end product anyway. But anything must be better than what we're seeing from Sterling, right? So I'm picturing that bubbling cauldron of anger.
Now, I don't know, man. Like, bro, Sterling's a big man. Like, he's got over 120 Premier League goals, and he was playing like a 17-year-old academy yesterday. Like, this is why the pent-up aggression is there, man. Like, some people just expect more. And obviously, social media is kind of a gimmick because people want to make people laugh and want to get the most likes on their tweets, so they're going to, like, exaggerate. But I kind of hear it. I feel like on Twitter and stuff, it's different to the match-going fans because they're more chronically online, so they're more invested in terms of like they look at the underlying stats and they love to talk about it for like hours and hours and stuff like that. Whereas match-going fans is much more casual in terms of like they don't really look at XG or the Zone 14 metrics. So I feel like
Sterling point though is what I'm talking about. I can factor in that he hasn't been getting games, so he's not confident right now. Right? Yeah. So I'm factoring in when I'm watching the game, but I don't think a lot of the people would be factoring that in. He's just not doing what it is they want him to do in that particular moment. So they get angry. And that's why he got pulled off. Arteta saw that's all happened, pull him off. Sorry?
Yeah, I agree. But I feel like, come on, man, it's January 16th, and I don't think Sterling's got one Premier League goal. I think people just are just tired of him, really.
He needs to be better. He's stunk the place up
since
he's gone there, doesn't he? What's he gonna do? The loan ain't gonna last. He's gonna go back to Chelsea.
But yeah, no, I just wanted to talk quickly, because obviously, people are a bit, bro, we're back in the title race, 4 points away from Liverpool.
When was you out of it?
Like 2 weeks ago, we were like 8 points behind. But Liverpool dropped points in 3 of the last 6 games. They got Brentford this weekend away. Arsenal fans, man, come on, chin up, act like you've been there before, man. Have the shoulders for it. We're back in. Title race is back on, man. So yeah. Arteta's cooking again. He coached a 6-0 win last night. Obviously, Havertz and Odegaard were on a joke thing.
Did you not finish the game playing 5 at the back with Zinchenko at left wing and that?
Oh, that happens, man. Everyone does that. Man City do that. Liverpool do that. It's Premier League football, man. We're back in. We've got our playback. Declan Rice, man, what a player. Miles Lewis-Skelly, what a player. Yeah, we're back, man. I'm happy with the team. We just need to keep going because there's chances for us to win this league. So let's go.
Even without no signing forward.
It depends who, man, because there's no point signing someone just for the sake of signing someone. But if I saw today there's like Gyökeres, but if we could get a cheeky loan, I don't know, Vlahovic or something. But if not, now we don't need that. We don't. He's got release clause in it, so if we wanna, and also, but can I just take this?
You don't take Gyökeres. You think that's even
and
possible?
also, sorry, yeah. Wait, what do you mean? He's got release clauses. If we pay it, he goes.
You think Amorim would let you take Gyökeres?
Amorim? Oh, yeah, but if money talks, huh?
Okay, so if they break the clause, we break the clause.
And also, sorry, I feel like obviously I don't know how in tune, but Josh Kroenke was at the Emirates last night. Josh, man, get your money out, man. Like back Arteta, because this 700 mil. First of all, it's not even that the correct figure. They haven't really properly backed him, man. Like. Get him his players because I promise you he's going to cook. So, yeah.
They have backed him. He's got the players that he's wanted. He
wanted more players.
He wanted Moreno. He got Moreno. He wanted
about
Calafiori. He got Calafiori.
He wanted Isak. He wanted Vlahovic. He's wanted so many strikers that they just haven't given him.
People keep saying this stuff that you don't get linked with players and the players that he wanted, he put in bids for. All them other strikers, the Sesco's, all these things, the little Stoke. I never put in. Tell me players that he put in official bids for.
But the reason why we don't do that, Eddie talks to the players first and asks them if he wants to go. They just haven't been investing the money. Arteta's been since 2019. We've only spent money on three attackers.
Cool. Yeah, the money that the attackers that you wanted. He wanted Havertz. He got him 60 million. Got him. The players that he wanted, you got to put bids in for. So it sounds cute.
How many attackers has he wanted then? How many attackers has he bought? Sorry, in the last 6 years.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Trossard.
Yeah.
Havertz.
And then who else?
Sterling
wasn't we didn't buy Sterling.
It was a loan. He's brought him in under his watch.
Okay. So that's what I'm saying.
That's 4 attackers.
That's what I'm saying. The board haven't put the money in. Like, that's what I'm saying. Put the money in.
Huh?
Yeah.
It's over 100 million on attackers.
What, in 6 years? Yeah, bro, that's not a lot. You spent like that on Anthony.
That's what he wanted. Don't worry about us. Our money's separate.
That's not what I'm saying.
That's what he wanted.
In 6 years, he obviously wanted more than 3 attackers. That's my point.
He would have got them if he wanted them.
And
you paid 100 million. You paid 100 million for Declan Rice.
Over 5 years. How many other big midfielders have we bought? We bought Moreno for 30 million. People think he's like a 90 million signing. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, we need to get more money. That's what I'm saying. Josh Kroenke, man, get your money out, man.
I hear it, man.
I like the positive message, to be honest.
No,
I want to believe that we are back in it.
Back in it? When was you ever out of it?
I just said that to just poke you. I hear what you're saying. I believe what you're saying. Don't worry.
You need more ambition.
Your positivity, I want it to rub off on me.
You need more ambition. You just should expect to win this league. Genuinely. I'm not just saying
you're not getting me to do that.
No, genuinely.
Yeah. But I'm glad that you said...
15.
I'm glad that you
What's
said...
the matter?
I'm glad that you said that we're not getting Gyökeres because Amorim wouldn't allow that.
Bro, he bought him up from Coventry. That's like one of his players.
That's your next purchase, yeah?
I'm just saying if he's gonna purchase, yeah? I don't know. I don't think so. What about Nuno Mendes?
You bought 150 million worth of strikers this summer.
Who?
You bought 150 million. You've got 150 million worth of strikers in your team right now.
Yeah, and we'll sell players. Don't worry about us and the money we spend. Like, don't worry. Don't listen. You can't comprehend how we move because you're not us. Don't get involved in our business. We'll spend 100 million. We'll spend 170 million on strikers this year and spend 170 million on strikers next year. If that's what we want to rush out do. Don't get involved in our business. And we're 15th, and we'll still spend more money than you on strikers. Exactly. I don't understand why you think our position has any bearing on what you are doing. This is why you ain't got no ambition, because you're worried about the wrong things.
It's all relative.
You think that United doing bad makes you doing better. No. Go and win something.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Go and win something.
when you say Arteta's been backed, and I'm looking at your team, and I'm like, brother, you spent 150 million on
Yeah, and we've
strikers
been back.
last summer.
Ten Hag got backed and spent a lot of money, and we're still 15.
So how has Arteta got backed? When you men are spending that on mid players as well, not even good ones.
So that's not to say he didn't get backed. I'm trying to say you're conflating the two things. I don't understand what point you think it makes. Arteta's been backed in the transfer market, bro, and we're 15.
What, compared to who? Compared to who?
What does it matter that we're 15 to do reviews of having the fucking balls to say you
No,
should win the title?
We're comparing it
or
to
say
Man
that,
City. We're comparing it to Liverpool. Comparing it, bro. They have like 6 attackers and they want more strikers. Man City have literally bought like 2 players this summer. Bro. When you say he's got backed, other teams have been backed way more. There's been like way more.
Use our pocket watching. That's Man City.
Even Tottenham, man, I said, oh yeah, but Tottenham, who cares where they are? Brother, they spent peas again, more peas than us.
Have you used that in that period? Tottenham wouldn't have spent more money than you lot. Surely not.
How much do you think Richarlison was? How much do you think Maddison was?
I don't know. I just threw it out there. If I'm wrong, you can tell me I'm wrong. I don't know if you know the actual numbers.
I think it's about the same. And that's the point. How is Tottenham spending the same as Arsenal, bro? Come on.
So has Tottenham been backed? Has the Tottenham managers been backed? If they spent the same, would you say the Tottenham managers have been backed?
Bear in mind, that's the last 2 years, by the way, 2-3 years.
Okay, so have they been backed?
Yeah.
But Arteta hasn't, and they spent the same amount of P's. Make it make sense, bro.
Bro, we're not the same as Arsenal. We're not the same as Tottenham, bro. We're much bigger than Tottenham. We should be spending way more than Tottenham. Like, what are we doing here?
Arteta's been backed, bro. Come on, man. You move like he's there with his hands tied behind his back, bro. You need left backs. He loves left backs. He loves left backs. How many left backs has he bought? You got all the left backs in the world. You got all the left backs in the world. You're bringing the best one through right now. Like, he gets what he wants. He wants left backs. He gets left backs.
Bro. We sold Smith Rowe. I think we made £100 million this summer. I was saying in the last 2 years. We spent like 100 mil. Like, we're not even making. Like, we're not even making more. Spending more money than we're making. Like, this is what I mean. Like, people saying
when you
this.
sell Smith Rowe, it goes on straight profit. So then when you buy a player, you can buy a player worth way more than Smith Rowe, because when you buy it down, you break it down over the seasons. The value is different. Homegrown players, them Iwobi sells, them thingy sells are straight profit. It does madness for your FFP. You can spend way more money.
And this is my point. I refuse to believe in 6 years that Arteta's been here. The only attackers he's wanted is Jesus, Havertz, and Trossard.
That's what he wanted. That's what he put the bids in for.
Nah, I think the money hasn't been given to him. But we'll see. We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
I think that you'd be called an Arteta sexual like me.
Nah, not really, because you're all the way, because you're the fact that he can't do anything wrong. I think he can do things wrong, and if he does, then he has to go soon. But right now, man, he's doing well. And to be fair, like, last night proved to me that, bro. Like, obviously, I'm only 25, so I haven't seen that many.
This makes sense.
But bro,
you've never seen the heydays. No, I respect him. He's never even seen the proper Arsenal, and he's fighting with his heart. He's a true. This is real Arsenal here.
Yeah.
This is a true fan.
We haven't lost to like Chelsea in like 4 years. Liverpool in 3, also 3.
United in
a
couple of weeks.
In the league?
No, not in the league, but a loss is a loss.
Cup is a cup.
Cup is a cup. Loss is a loss.
So, I like your enthusiasm, to be honest. It's lifted my spirits. I do believe that we're back in it. Thank you very much for doing that, man. Thanks. And Arteta
he's a real gooner, though.
Arteta could do plenty wrong.
He's the kind of Arsenal fans that actually like and get on with.
Nice. Arteta could do plenty wrong.
Not in your eyes.
100% in my eyes. I'm saying it with my mouth. Don't read into my mind as to what I'm not saying. Sorry, what was that?
Yeah, sorry, I got cut off. My bad.
That's all right.
But yeah, no, man, I'm just saying, like, bro, this is the best part of being an Arsenal fan in the last, like, 10, 15 years. So there's no reason why we should be moving to haste.
Nico Williams has got a €60 million
release clause.
If Arteta really wants him, he will bust it. So when it goes past, he don't come. Don't tell me about Arteta weren't getting back because he didn't put in a bid for it.
He's on 300 grand. He's on 300 grand a week, bro.
Okay, that's fine. But if he wants it, he'll bust it. Like,
bro,
Sesko was thing. You didn't put in a bid for these man. You didn't bid for these man. Vahalovic, they're trying to get a swap deal. They're trying to get him out of Juventus now. If he wants these man, he'll go for them. Like,
but the money needs to be there, man.
The money's there. You don't got butter.
So spend it. That's what I'm saying.
He spends it where he wants to.
Yeah, that's where me and you disagree, man. And to be honest, in terms of the transfer policy, they don't make any dumb signings like United, where it was like, oh, he's free, so let's get him, or oh, he's there. No, it's like, why are we going to spend 300k a week on a 21-year-old who's got one league goal all season? Like, that doesn't make sense to us. Why are we spending money on Vlahovic if we don't have the guarantees that he's going to bang? So I agree with the process, but we just need to be more shrewd in getting our better players, really.
Okay, so now they're telling me he's not bidding because he knows the players aren't on it. So if the players don't want to come, how's that Arteta not being backed?
Who doesn't want to come?
Make your
Who
mind
doesn't
up.
want to come?
Make your mind up. One of them is saying that Nico Williams is on 300k a week. You said that. All right, cool. The other one is saying they didn't bid for Sesko because Sesko wanted to stay. So if the players didn't want to come or you can't afford them, how is that Arteta not being backed?
I don't get the point.
Is Arteta not being backed, or did the players refuse to want to come to Arsenal, or are their wages too high? They can't. It's not all the same thing.
No, they don't want to spend the money on Williams 300k a week. They don't feel like it's good business.
So
bear in mind, we don't have a sporting director or director of football right now.
So that's not. So not wanting to blow up your whole wage structure is Arteta not being backed.
No, there's other examples of him, bro. How many strikers have we been linked to, and we've got none?
When was he longing for a player that was feasible, that wanted to come to Arsenal, that you could afford the player and afford the wages, and the people that be the Kroenkes or whatever said no? Arteta's got every player he's ever wanted.
Mudryk, for example. Thank God, by the way. But yeah,
what happened there?
Yeah, exactly. I got you, didn't you?
No, I just refresh my memory. What happened with Mudryk?
Bro, yeah, they wanted. He wanted to come. Arteta wanted him, 80 mil, and then they were like, "No, we're not spending it." And Chelsea were like, "Yeah, we'll spend the 80 mil." So that's another example.
That happened there. That's one then. Okay, cool. But you're saying hindsight. Maybe he didn't push for it because he knew it was media. And now you're saying, thank God he weren't there. Trust the process.
Yeah, okay. But what I'm saying is, we're in a injury crisis. We need attackers. Hopefully, he gets back. That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. Arteta gets backed, man. These narratives that you guys push is crazy. Didn't you just drop 50-something million on Zubamendi?
Apparently, but we don't know yet.
But the manager's not backed. Why do you think they dropped the money on Zubamendi? Because that's who Arteta wants. Like, what are we doing here?
Okay, but
what are we doing here?
You're telling me he doesn't want any attackers. He wants to get 30-year-old Uncle Belly, Raheem Sterling as the attacking options. Are you telling me? Yeah.
Look, he thought Jesus was the truth. He was there at City with him. He thought that was the answer. I could have told you that one. I did tell you that weren't the answer. Not necessarily because of his ability, maybe because of his availability and his injury past and all these other kind of things. I told you that they weren't the answer. But maybe he thought that was the answer. These things, these signings that you make, simply have to fall on the manager at the end of the day. The buck stops with him. He's the one that makes these decisions. If you don't like the look of your team and the way it is, he's the one who wanted these people. He wanted Tierney. He wanted...
Bro, Tierney wasn't even his signing.
Oh, no, sorry. Zinchenko. I was just going through the left-backs. Calafiori. He wanted these people. Tommy Yasu.
Yeah, we needed them. I don't know what people laugh when we get... Bro, we're playing an 18-year-old at centre-back, left-back, bro. We needed more defenders. We've got one of the best defences in the league. I don't know why people laugh at that, but people say this. Now we need attackers, and he hasn't been back. That's what we're saying.
Don't make it like you don't need more left-backs. You got the left-back that's playing is the best one at the club. You just told me. You just broke it down to me. Just don't make it like it's a problem now.
What is a problem?
You're just bringing up, you're playing 18-year-old Lewis Skelly at left back, but he's the best left back at the club. So is there a problem or is it not?
He's not the best left back at the club. What the hell? Who said that?
Well, you've been there all show. I've been checking the chat. On form at least. On form.
Oh, okay, yeah, on form, yeah, but that's like 3 games.
But when I say it, okay, you know what? I told you anyway. You're the kind of Arsenal fan I like. It's cool.
Yeah, enjoy your 15th place, my boss. I'll see you next week.
There's nothing to enjoy about 15th place, but I'm guessing we won't stay there forever, man.
Yeah, delusion of grandeur, you told me.
Huh?
Delusions of grandeur, you told me.
Yeah, so I got to believe and faith in my team that we're not going to stay there. When the final whistle blows at the end of the season, I don't see us being 15th. I don't know where we're going to be.
What, 13th?
Maybe 13th in Champions League football. I'll take it.
Champions League football?
Of course.
Yikes. You think you're in Europa League?
We are in Europa League. We're the favourites in Europa League.
You think you're winning it?
Who's going to stop us? Who's the best team in Europa League? Spurs or
Nah. There's Roma.
Nah.
There's Athletic Bilbao, I'm pretty sure.
No, but I'm just saying they're not stopping us. Again, I've got different expectations for myself.
Bro, you're 30.
I could be proved wrong. You know what I'm trying to say? And we might not do it. I'm not just because me saying it ain't a guarantee. But I'm talking about my ambitions and my expectations, and I expect us, and he should have ambitions to go on and win that Europa League. So if we get Champions League football and we're 13th, I'll take it. I'm not saying just because I want to win it or I think that we're capable of doing it doesn't mean it's going to happen. But this is my stance because I have ambitions and self-respect. Do you get what I'm trying to say? You don't have none.
Now, what I'm saying is, you've been in the mud for like last 4 years.
That's fine. We've been in the mud. We've been in the mud for the last 10 years. And you know what else we've done? In the last 10 years? We've won Europa League. We've won FA Cup. We've won multiple FA Cups. We've won multiple League Cups because we win. Because we're winners, even when we've been terrible. Even since when we've been terrible, bro. Don't you get it? United
and then you sack the manager because it's not good enough.
We won the FA Cup and sacked our manager because it weren't good enough. You won the FA Cup, you're still talking about it now. 5 years later, only 2 wins in the FA Cup ever since. Don't you get the point that I'm making? My ambitions and your ambitions is different.
And yet here we go on 16th of January, and you're literally looking at Ipswich results to make sure you're good. So
I don't watch Ipswich results. I don't.
You have to, bro.
It sounds funny and it sounds cute, but I don't believe we're going to be in a relegation battle. I don't think we're going to be worse than Leicester, Ipswich, and Southampton.
Your manager said you're in a relegation battle.
He's allowed to say, bro. He can say whatever. He can say whatever he wants, and it sounds cute. You're a rival fan. You're supposed to say this stuff. You get me? You're supposed to rib man and yeah, it's great. But chances of getting relegated are slimmer than me, bro.
We're not your rivals, bro.
Yeah, we're not rivals, bro. You
okay,
talk to
fine.
Like Ipswich and them, man.
Okay, fine. But even Ipswich fans are not supposed to say that. But they're supposed to use us. Their fans, Ipswich, Leicester, Southampton, our rivals, are supposed to say these things. They're not supposed to talk highly of us.
You don't watch TDA.
Okay, that's fine. But they're supposed to say these things. You know what I'm trying to say? But I'm not in a relegation battle until we get in a relegation battle. You know what I'm trying to say? And again, I don't believe we're going to stay 15th. If we are 15th, when the season finishes, everybody put up on the show and turn around and say, ha, you got it wrong, you're 15th, which will be great. But I'm allowed to have ambition and expectations for myself. You are scared. You don't even expect you to win the league or to expect yourself to talk about back in the challenge. When did you leave? I'm not going to call you those words, yeah? But, you know what I'm saying? I just have ambition, bro. And you can't be mad at me because I got ambition, but maybe it was the way I was raised and the things that I was used to. You ain't used to what I'm used to. You get me? You ain't used to winning like me. Yeah. And like I said, in our worst period of the club, our worst period of history, the elite title trophies have been out of our reach. Fine. No Premier League, no Champions League, yeah? But we've won Europa League. We've won multiple FA Cups. We've won multiple League Cups. That's everything else that's available. Them man know what it's like to win. You don't know what it's like to win. You win the FA Cup with Emery's team. You're 25, you ain't seen nothing. No Europa, no nothing. You don't know what it's like to win. So you can't think like me. I don't expect you to think like me.
Bro, I've seen us win plenty of FA Cups. Doesn't mean nothing to me. But I hear you, man. I hear the overarching point you're saying. Before I go, can we talk about NBA for a bit? I know you haven't talked about that.
I haven't.
You've done.
I haven't been following it because I usually wait till like this kind of time, All-Star. I watch the All-Star game, and after the All-Star break, everybody ramps up.
It starts getting
the trade deadline and all that, and then it ramps up. Everybody gets in. So that's usually when I kind of home in. I keep a little eye on it. Let me not lie. But all this stuff that's happening early doesn't really matter. And plus, Kyrie's got injured, Luka's injured, so my Mavs ain't really thinking. So
you're still on the Mavs train, yeah?
I support whoever Kyrie Irving plays for.
Yeah, you might have to stop that because they're moving crap right now.
When he gets back, we'll be cool.
What? No, Kyrie's back.
Is Kyrie back?
Yeah, but he plays and then they sit him out because he plays, sit him out. But Luka's out for a while, so obviously they were doing well at the start, but now they're literally falling like a fucking, I don't know, anchor and that.
See, I hate to see it, man.
But what I would say is watch out on the Houston Rockets because they got a young team and they're performing now. They might have 2, maybe 3 players in the All-Star team. Nah, two players in the All-Stars. And the Young Bucks are coming up, man. Big up Cade and Edwards and all that, to be fair. So it's looking good, man. It's looking good.
Who do you follow in the organization?
I'm a KD fan, but I'm also a Wemby fan. So that's me, man.
You're a Wemby fan. 1 year. So you left KD. It's like, what? You just jumped on the hype?
Not really. I'm from France, innit? So
okay, fair enough. That's fair enough. That's legit.
And bro, he's cooking, man.
Wembanyama is his second season in the league, isn't it? KD.
Yeah, Wembanyama he's like a 7'5", but he literally it's like 7'5", but he plays like Messi. but you can like do things like Ronaldo and stuff.
He's dope. But KD is one of the best
Hello, do you want to
scorers.
hear a funny story, Hello?
Yeah, go on.
You remember when last year when Wemby got drafted and that thing happened with Britney Spears and his bodyguard?
Yeah.
You know, I was right there when it happened. I was in Vegas, literally. I saw it. Yeah, I was standing there. Like you probably see me in the video if you look back at it.
No, I'll watch it back again. That's it. When you follow NBA,
yeah, a little bit, not too much.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
But
when
yeah,
it's playoff time, I'll jump on. But yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, fair enough. When it gets closer, we'll talk about it more then. But yeah, man, big up Arsenal, man, and big up TDA. Whatever you guys finish.
Please, man. Who is that 90s baby show? Is that Fred? I told you lot already. I'll give you lot a thing. Obviously, you are back on because the results have gone. You are back on the Arteta train. But just in case it doesn't work at the end of the season, that's fine. But just in case it don't work at the end of the season, I told you I've got 3 options there for you for managers that might help you across the line.
Yeah. By the way, you on a joke thing at Filthy Fellas, man. You're on a joke thing.
Why?
Like we need Lippy to back us a bit more, man. He's moving a bit like them Twitter fans, like allow rival fans to chat shit about us and back it, man.
I just talk the facts on Filthy. That's all I do. But look, listen, if you don't need a new manager, if you want to bring back the feel good factor and get the dressing room back, you go Southgate. If you want to bring back a style of play where it looks more nice on the eye, you go Nagelsmann. But see, if you want to win trophies and that's all you care about winning,
Ten Hag.
Just go Ten Hag. Trust me. Trust me.
10 mugs, you know. 10 mugs.
I don't understand why you sort of think, the fact that I'm 15th. Southampton fans can see what's going on at the top of the league. So what makes you think I can't? I don't. This doesn't make no sense to me. My position has no bearing on me being a football fan and seeing what's going on up and down the league where I watch games. Like no bearing on it. Actually, I've got a better view. I'm further back. It's perspective. I see more than you lot. Actually, if we're gonna go with that one, do you get what I'm saying? And
I hear it, man.
And the fact that you lot keep trying to use that as a rod to beat me down with to make yourself feel better, it shows you're worried about the wrong things.
United have given you so much heartache that the only happiness you get is by battering Arsenal fans. And to be fair, most of them bite. So you get your clicks, you get your likes.
Well, last year, someone asked me would I swap places with Arsenal last year, and I said no. I went to Wembley, had a wonderful day out, and it weren't just a cup final; it was a Derby Cup final. You get me? A team that we really dislike, and we whooped their ass, and there was confetti on the pitch and everything. See my young drillers. Maino, Garnacho, and all that running around with their trophies, excited, passionate.
You got the same flow as that Wigan fans that went to the FA Cup final.
Yep, exactly that. Yeah, because exactly that. Because we love the trophy. Because we love the trophy over there. We loved having a trophy party, and I promise you, I wouldn't change that. I wouldn't change that feeling just so I could sit in spaces talking shit about the team.
I'd say
dropping the ball. Shit in the bed. I'd say it's I wouldn't change that.
I'd say it's papering over the cracks, but your leak is still your roof is still leaking. Like
that's fine.
So.
But what I'm trying to say is I'm being genuine.
It's papering over nothing.
No, this ain't bravado or nothing. I'm being genuine. I was there, and that feeling that I had the day out that I had, I would not swap it. You don't win nothing.
And then the next day you're like, shit, we still have a minus goal difference. Fuck, our team is so shit.
No, I wasn't thinking that. I got
still got Anthony as our main fucking forward. Fuck.
Anthony weren't. I still got the program, man. I still got the program in my yard, man. I didn't feel like that, man.
You still got Maguire in them, man. Fuck.
Maguire's good, man. Maguire's just going for a rough patch. Maguire's a good centre back. I've always maintained that, man. He was just
for a 15th place team. But anyways, big up your team, man.
Boy, you can hate what you want, man. But I've been telling you now. You better win something this season, bro.
But watch out, Champions League, man. Champions League, nothing for us, man.
I don't care what it is. You better win something this season, or my sentiments ain't gonna change. They're just gonna get worse, bro. These are losers.
Champions League, watch out for us.
These are losers, perennial losers. You need to win something, or shut up. Great note to end it on.
And that's the issue for you, is that there's too much talking from Arsenal fans.
Too much and don't win nothing.
And it's grating me.
Losers. No, it's not really grating me. These are just losers.
You got so much energy for us, you know.
It's crazy. Talk too much, man. Losers.
Crazy.
Losers.
Let's get into the wrap up. Going to be talking
talking about United, like how you talk about Arsenal and the expectations that
You can never talk about us and call us losers like that because we're winners.
No, I don't think I'd use that kind of language anyway.
All right, well,
I think that's reserved for Tottenham.
Okay, cool. Well, thank you for joining us for another great show. That was amazing. You know what it is. Obviously, in today's show, we spoke about, at the top of the show, we spoke about the Gaza ceasefire deal to take effect on January 19th. That was big news. We got into it on topic of the day to find out actually how we even feel about them sentiments, whether we think it's going to happen or not or whatever. That was an interesting conversation. Big up everybody that took part in avenues. The government's doing a U-turn on the Freedom Speech Act. Care about that. Obviously, E-Man told you some stuff in People's Journal. You can go and check that out. You can't go in Starbucks no more unless you go and spend your money. And in the last of some avenues, there's the COVID vaccine inquiry. There's families taking these up to court and they're sharing their pain and their fears and their concerns about the vaccine, about people facing significant physical and emotional suffering, including, severe disability and death, and they're emphasising the need for improved support and for communication. Don't want to stir no feathers. I know there's a few pro-vaxxers in there. And obviously, the reaction, that was great. We had fun just now. A lot of discourse between Arsenal fans. The title race is back on, people.
Come on.
It is back on.
Hello. It's he's even French. Can you remember? Hello. Back in the day. Hello. Yeah, man. You've restored my faith in Arsenal. And
I don't think you should ever lost it, man. I think you should want better for yourself. You are a good team. You are one of the best teams in the league, and I think you should act like it. That's what I want.
Yeah, we are one of the best teams in the league.
Yeah, I just think you just should act like it, man. I think you should act like it. You should talk about it, man. Get that swagger back in your step, man.
I think I do.
Don't doubt yourself, man.
I think I do act like it, but I'm definitely not expecting us to win the league. And that for me is a true measure of how we did in a season. It's not the competitions that anything can happen on any given day. I'm not talking about them knockout ones. It has to be that long slug. That's the main thing. And year after year for the past 3 years, we've been standing up and being counted.
Why does everyone care about the roof leaking? You know what's gonna happen, yeah?
Talking about United.
Yeah, you ain't gonna win nothing.
You're gonna get it fixed, don't worry.
No, you know what's gonna happen? You ain't gonna win.
Fixed.
You ain't gonna win nothing.
And it's gonna be
this season, yeah. And then you're gonna take comfort in the fact that United's roof's leaking, and it's like this is your problem.
I don't even know because I don't surround myself with United fans, so I don't even know what happens when an Arsenal fan wakes up and goes to have a conversation about United's place. In my mind, it only happens when they start talking. Do you understand? So a mirror is just held up to them. That's what I think. I might be wrong. I don't have United fans in my life.
Okay.
But if you think that that's what's happening, then cool, bro.
I'm just saying, when you don't win nothing and you don't want to keep coming and tell me about my league position and my roof, it's like, alright. Alright, roof's been leaking. Like we've been meaty. Like,
to be honest, I mean,
what about you lot? What about you?
Using your reasoning, the Arsenal fans that you see saying Arteta out, and it's a lot of them online, right? That speaks to them having the ambition that you say that we should have, no?
Some of them, obviously, are not all the same.
No, but when it serves your purpose, we are. And those are the ones you keep on citing. You keep referencing them. So they're the
way
ones
I
that
argue. I only bring up things that suit my purpose at the time. It doesn't matter.
I'm aware. I don't think everybody is aware, though. And I think it's because, just like you follow Katie.
Kyrie.
You see? Oh, no. Sorry. What's the KD stand for?
Kevin Durant.
So you don't follow Kevin Durant. You follow Kyrie Irving.
Kyrie Irving.
KI.
Yeah. No one calls him that. Someone tried once, didn't land. No. I follow Kyrie Irving. I'm like a Kyrie Irving stan.
I think a lot of them just follow you. That's why when you go on your tour this year, come back safely, bro. Get all your jabs, take all your tablets, do everything you need. If you're entering anything, strap up.
No, United fans don't like me. I see some people feel like they don't like me. Some United fans
Why
don't
would
like
they
me.
not like you?
Because
you're pro-United, full stop.
Huh?
You're pro-United. You were saying that Eric Ten Hag is the third best manager in
that
the
doesn't
league.
work for everybody. And that his first season he was, man. He had a better season than you lot. Told you lot. There's only 4 titles.
Why don't United fans like you? Fix it on that.
Because I say stuff like this. There was only 4 trophies available at the beginning of the season. Yeah, you didn't win none of them. We won one of them. The other one we was in the final. Yeah, 3 of the competitions that are cup competitions. One of them's a league. 3 of them are cup competitions that we was both in the same competitions, and we went further in every competition that we was in than you lot. Yeah, Europa League we went further than you. FA Cup we went to the finals. League Cup we went to the finals and we won it. Then you finished second and we finished third. The prize for that was Champions League. We both got it. I believe we had a better season.
Why do United fans not like you? That's the question I asked you.
Maybe because I say stuff like that.
But why would they not like you for that?
Oh no, man! Not everybody's got as much ambition as me, man. Get me? Not everybody's got as much ambition as me, man. But that's cool, man.
Tomorrow, please God, we are not going to be on air. I'm letting you all know. I'm gonna make a little post in the community. I'll put it on socials and whatnot. We're not gonna be on air. I did say at the beginning of the year there's going to be a little stop start with your favorite morning show because we are building and we don't have enough hours during a given week in order to do what we need to do. So there are going to be some times when it is that we're going to say we're not going to be filming or streaming the next day because we need to do stuff. And tomorrow is going to be another one of those days. Very important stuff, mind you. And God willing, by the end of Q1, regular programming is going to resume. Obviously, you know our beautiful Queen Esther is in Nigeria. Anybody asking where she is, she's living her best life in Nigeria. So we are going to be holding the fort down until then. Please bear with us. Please bear with me in particular. I'm going to try and bring as much entertainment as possible. And that means sometimes I need to wear jackets. I said at the beginning of this year, I'm going to be wearing several different jackets. People keep forgetting, right? So today, I was anti-children. God damn it. Please don't listen to anything I say.
It's all entertainment,
because tomorrow
guys.
I'm going to be something different. I'm going to love children. God damn it.
It's all entertainment, guys.
I didn't know I had to keep reminding people, though, right?
They forget quick.
But 100% they're new listeners. We're not on Rumble, you know? Well, when we're in TikTok, so I hold my hands up, right? Y'all are hearing me for the first time, right? But I'm not always a bastard. But today I was. I needed to for the entertainment. Marks, I didn't even want to talk about this crap in Topic of the Day.
I know
It was so boring. The topic that we talked about yesterday, I had like 7 people in the chat, in the Discord. And they were all like, there's so much things to chop up. Yes, there were so many themes. We were propagating our discussion pack. We were proper communitying, right? And I told him, man, let's do part 2 tomorrow. He's like, nah, the biggest news is going to be the ceasefire. This is not even going to be a ceasefire. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. So why are we going to waste this particular time, especially when we have Marks in? You know, it's rare. You get me? It's rare. So we have you in. Let's utilize you. And you'd have loved the conversation we had yesterday. You'd have loved it. It was in your bag. It was Africans versus Caribbeans.
See, I don't want to.
And now you're on a tour. Coincidence? No coincidence.
I'm not an African versus Caribbean guy. I'm on a we are one.
No, 100%. But the discourse was discussing.
We're displaced Africans.
Yeah. And obviously, you're going to be our correspondent, making sure you keep up African/Caribbean relations.
Well, Gambia, there's no time difference as well. So
come on. I heard the Gambian women are beautiful.
Well, that's not what I'm going there for.
I like how you did that so quickly. So I repeat, tomorrow we're not going to be streaming because we are doing God's work. But we'll be back, God willing, Monday. And I hope everybody tunes in then soon.
And just quickly, visuals, multimedia. We did finish third that year when we won the League Cup. The year we finished 8th, we won the FA Cup. But the common denominator is winning. Every domestic cup that was available to man, he won. And y'all didn't win nothing. So, yeah, with that being said.
I keep wondering. I wonder who. There's stuff I say and there's stuff I don't say. You know how you're able to read people's minds and stuff? Yeah, to see beyond what's been said. Oh, gosh, if you all knew. If y'all do. But my heart is for the community, and that's the main thing. When it is I'm not talking, I'm focusing on building more for y'all. And believe me, you're going to see that very, very soon. Anyway, thank you very much for tuning in.
Please like, subscribe, because we're nearly on 6K. We want to get there.
Yeah, we're nearly there, man. We're nearly there. On the road to 6K, I'm going to make a little GIF to pop up to say on the road to. I think people like flashy things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should get it done.
Yeah. All right, anyway, later.
Have a good weekend, guys.
Peace.
Peace.